Well, hello, everybody. Good evening to you. Oh, my goodness. What do we got here? Hey, Arthur. Yep, me and Pete and I were talking earlier. He's got a toothache. That sucks. Hello, Sunshine Kid. Hello, Private Cluck. Who else got? Jasper's mom. Hello. It's so funny how YouTube notifies me I'm live. Like I don't know. It just drives me crazy.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, Jasper's mom. Hello. Yeah, Pete says it never ends. We were talking about how he said that he's got so much work to catch up on, and I'm like, bud, you're gonna have a whole bunch to catch up on no matter what you do, no matter what you I don't know about you guys, but I never catch it. Hello, Lisa. Lisa says clove can help with tooth pain. Put a small amount on the affected area. Yes, I've done this, and it does work.
Yeah.
I would not call it a pleasant experience. Just saying, but it does work. Catherine, hello. Tiger, hello. Hello, Freesteaders. Amen to that. Nancy. Hello, Nancy.
Hello.
Yeah, Nancy. Nancy's in here from the Buffalo Seed Company, and she's been doing videos with B about different types of seed saving. So make sure everyone says hello to Nancy. We're super happy you're here, Nancy. Super, super happy. This has been an amazing learning experience for B all year long. And, she talks about it quite often, and you've impacted B's life in a positive way. And, so for that, I salute you. Pete says they had to drill 3 holes to drain the infection. Crazy. And I cried. Isn't that interesting that Pete, squatchy, so he's a big dude, said he cried at the tooth pain? Yeah, I've had it too.
Ouch.
Yeah. Mary says, hello, Nancy. I like Zapato's solution. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's something for your.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of it either. Yeah, Pete says he's 6'5".
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, big guy to be crying because of a toothache. But I get it, man. I've had them, and it is absolutely no fun. Yeah, well, hey guys. So news from the homestead. Kind of keep you guys up to speed on what we're doing. So today, I finished my part of the work in the processing kitchen. So she has hot water, she has cold water, she has air conditioning, she has heating, she has a stove, she has an oven, she has a vent,
TV,
and she has internet and a TV so she can sit there and watch whatever she wants. So I'm out.
Yep.
So what comes next for you? Since I'm done, I'm not doing anything else.
Gotta clean up after you.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Clean up after me.
Yeah, I got to get the paint off of the sink and off of the floor and off of the wall.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Wipe everything down and move in.
That's pretty exciting. Do you know what the first thing is you're going to process in there? Tomatoes?
Probably tomatoes. Tomatoes. It's a every other day event.
Yes. So how many pounds do you suppose?
I have a lot.
You get every day?
I don't know. The freezers are full. They're full. So
yeah,
just in time.
Yeah. And let me see. Tabletop Farms says hello from Northern Missouri. Hello, Tabletop Farms. Mary wants to know about cinnamon rolls, and I frankly want to know too.
Because, there's a plan for cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, this is a BS plan, but go ahead.
Somebody else is making them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, maybe we can video it.
Yeah.
Let's.
Pete says 2 Advil, 2 Tylenol every 5 hours, weaning off the pain meds now once every day. Yeah, that's good, man. That stuff hurts so bad. See, Grateful Hearts even says, so cinnamon rolls soon then?
Soon. Not this month. Next month.
Guys, it's a rough life. Now, I know why she doesn't do it most of the time is because we cook in our kitchen with a Kitchen Queen Grand Comfort wood stove. We don't have a normal stove in our kitchen. But now that the processing kitchen is in, and she has a gas stove and gas burners and this big processing kitchen, I clearly see no excuse why the person who slaves every day to meet your needs doesn't get cinnamon rolls.
You will get cinnamon rolls very, very soon.
Oh my goodness.
Very, very soon.
Yep. See, even Catherine says, tag your demand. And it works all great, doesn't it?
Yes.
It was really neat today, guys, to turn on the water and feel it get hot. Having a separate building, a separate processing kitchen with hot water and all of those things to help you process, I think are going to be, and air conditioning in the summer when you're harvesting, I think is going to be, really, really cool.
I forgot to tell you the clock in the bedroom is blinking, which means the power either went out, right?
I have no idea.
Blinked or something.
I have no idea.
In
Shouldn't
order
have,
to...
but I'll check it out. Hello, Randy. Hello, Teepaw. Pete says cinnamon rolls sound good too.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine says, so you delegated, B. Right on, sis.
Yes.
Tell them a story about cinnamon rolls.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, so we are expecting a visitor who knows how to run that stove. And I'm expecting a very good lesson.
Is that all? That's all you're going to give?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
perfectly fine. Yeah, we're going to hang out with another homestead, one of my favorite homesteads that I talk to all the time, American Roots. They're going to come up and hang out for a few days, and they're going to take part in the community day that's going on here on October the 9th, where we're going to put up a bunch of firewood, cut a bunch of lumber, chip a bunch of, mulch, and just kind of have a day of it. And they're going to come up and spend some time with us. And American Roots is going to make some cinnamon rolls.
Yes.
Let me see here.
Jess owned a restaurant. So...
That's right.
And she had the same stove that I have.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You are super capable of making these cinnamon rolls. You've made them 100 times.
Yes. I just lighting the pilot light, and it's gas and all of this thing. I've never cooked on a gas stove. And lighting the pilot light from like underneath it. And then we don't want the pilot light left on, right? So this is just all new to me. I'll have it ready.
Nancy says, howdy, watching on YouTube. Yep, thank you. Lucy says, I like your hood, B. I'm waiting for mine so I can wear it proudly. Yep, got some freestanding stuff going on. B ordered, I don't even know, she ordered a whole bunch of just sweatshirts and stuff.
Oh, yes.
So that was pretty cool.
A whole bunch.
Pete says, being able to chew food sounds great.
Yes.
Well, take out a blender. It'll chew it for you. Then you just got to drink it.
Ouch.
Yeah, could you imagine that? That'd be gross, huh? Dolores said, usually when husband gets through with their part of jobs around the house, the cleanup is a big job. Laugh out loud. Yes.
Yes.
Would it be easier if I just didn't do the job?
No.
It'd be less mess.
No, I appreciate you doing it. I appreciate you building it. And yes.
Yeah, Heavenly Acre says you both make me laugh. She's the comedian. She's a slave driver. I've spent
Who's bugging who about cinnamon rolls?
Really?
Yes. You're
really?
The slave driver.
Oh my God.
I just want to be on vacation.
Yeah. So she bugs me about build me a bedroom, build me a processing kitchen. And then I'm the slave driver because I asked for cinnamon rolls.
But you're only going to eat one, maybe two of those cinnamon rolls. We've been together for how many years now?
A long time.
Make me cinnamon rolls. I want one.
So bake two and freeze the rest.
Freeze what? Freeze them?
Oh, I don't even know where I'm at anymore. Okay. Nola Girl Hello says, hi, everyone. Just checking in. Yep, happy you're here. Drummondson Live, cinnamon rolls, very well undercooked. Good. Jasper Mom says, I'll bring cinnamon rolls next week, but I'll cheat. It'll be a cheat, but cinnamon rolls nonetheless. Yep. Yeah, I'm excited. The Midwest Preparedness Project starts next week.
Yep.
On Wednesday. And guys, I'm telling you, you will meet some of it. For those of you who can come out there, it is very low key, kids playing everywhere. It's a very friendly event. Some of the greatest people you'll ever meet. And I promise you show up, everyone will say hi. You won't feel weird. It's just an absolute great event. It's not like any of these other festivals that you go to where you come in and it's kind of like a festival. I mean, even though, it's called the Midwest Preparedness Festival, it is really more like a big family camping out around a campfire, doing a couple classes, doing some bartering, doing a potluck, trading some seeds. It's way more interactive that way. But you guys should absolutely come.
And you're only going to be there Thursday, Friday?
Wednesday, Thursday, and early part of Friday. So I've got to leave, guys, on Friday and make it to Camden, Tennessee by Friday night, which I think is about a 9-hour drive. Is that right?
It was over 9 hours.
Yeah, so about 9.5-hour drive. So anyway, Milk and Honey, hello. RN, hello. Yeah, did you know RN was late? She had to process okra.
Oh.
Yeah. Your dad liked okra.
Loved it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan.
Lucy says, you two are looking cold wearing your hoodies, guys. It was cold today, just a little bit, but part of it was I was also outside working with water. And, the temperature's in the 60s, which isn't that cold. But then you get wet. The wind gets blowing, or I'm just getting old and I'm a Sally.
Why were you wet, Tag? Why don't you tell them the story?
You really got to do this tonight? Are you like full of it tonight or what?
No.
Why don't you tell them the story, smart ass?
So apparently there's a lot of crimping that has to happen. And some get overlooked.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The very important ones get overlooked.
Oh my goodness. Tracy says, hello, Tracy. B is being ornery tonight.
No.
Just so you know, she's in one of these moods.
No.
Heavenly Half Acre, hello from Northeast Pennsylvania. You're very inspirational. Thank you very much. Andrew says, just got here. Welcome, Andrew. RNB, use a wire clothes hanger stretched straight with a little loop to hold the match to light the pilot to keep it from being burnt.
Clothes hanger stretched straight out with a little loop to hold the match.
I could even take a piece of wire and wrap it really.
I'm not even sure where to put the thing.
Okay,
I don't even know where to go.
Okay, I'll show you. Dolores says, we do appreciate you husbands doing the jobs around the house. Yes. Thank you. And guys, I torture her, but I know she appreciates it. She tells me that she's living, her dream every single day. And she makes me feel very welcome, but she is an absolute slave driver. Tiger Paw, I volunteer if there is cleanup. I volunteer if there is cleanup on then. I must be referring to one back there. Well, I don't know what you're volunteering to clean up, Tiger Paw. Oh, sorry. I played with my beard.
Quit. Gross.
But you can come up here and clean up anytime you want to. B and I have been, because we've got all the stuff going on, we've been trying to consolidate all my pallets. So along my fence lines, when I go to the auction, and I'm going to one tomorrow, but when I go to the auction, I buy stuff and then I stack it along the fence line and use it when I need it. And it was getting kind of ragtagged. And so we spent the last couple of days cleaning all that stuff up. Eric and Norma said, howdy y'all from Texas. Catherine says, are y'all cold or suffering just to model the pullovers? No, it's actually been cold here today. Like I said, I was out working with water. And so, I came in cold and, but I mean, I'm perfectly comfortable now.
I'm comfy now.
Yeah.
It's 68 in here.
Yeah. Drummondson Live says, my wife helps me with cleanup. If not for her, I would have my own episode on the hoarding show.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. She's, I don't know if to say that she's just good or I've got her trained, but when I'll go and work for 2 or 3 days, let's say on pod 4 in the bedroom, and then she'll come in and there's pieces of drywall and 2x4s and electrical wire. She'll clean it all up and then I'll have a clean workspace again. And then I'll go back to it in 2 or 3 days. It looks pretty much the same.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Messy.
Yep. Tom Swelp says, hi, freestanding family. Yes.
Hello.
Lucy Bourne says, we had -2 last night and it's 0 tonight. And she lives up in Canada.
Wow.
She lives in Canada.
Already.
Yeah. Yeah. It was cold. Last night got down to low 50s right here.
Yeah.
So it was low 50s here last night. Tabletop says, looking forward to meeting you at the Self-Reliance Festival. Yeah, cool. Make sure you seek me out. Like I said, I'm only really going to be busy there for maybe an hour, as I, get up there and speak. But beyond that, I'm hoping to hang out, have some coffee, hear some stories. So make sure you come see me.
Maybe somebody can bring you some cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, maybe somebody will bring me some cinnamon rolls. Smarty party. Jasper Bomb says, busted. Yep. Lucy says, winter is coming. Yep. Hey, Spags, what's going on, bud?
Hey.
Yep. Yep. Spags Unfiltered is here. If you guys haven't ever seen his channel, go check it out. Spags is we've known each other for a long, long time, as acquaintances, really, mostly. And then over the last 2 years, we've kind of grown to be pretty good friends and talk, a couple times a week. And he's a really, really, really good guy. He's a little outspoken. So, if I promise you, if you hang out with Spags long enough, he's going to offend you. But he's a really good, really, really, really good guy.
I like his wife.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Spags? It's all about Jenny. Tiger Paw says cinnamon rolls.
Oh, to clean up.
Oh, yeah.
Volunteer to clean up the cinnamon rolls.
If that would get me cinnamon rolls, I would be in.
Yeah, because if you make a dozen, there's only one gone then.
Right. My favorite name ever on the internet, Half Bubble Off Plum, says, evening all from North Florida, just walked in the door. Well, welcome. Denise Mike Sell today. Denise Mike Sell today. That's going to take me a minute. Hi from Southwest Utah. Appreciate your content. God bless. Yeah, God bless and welcome, Denise.
Yes.
Hey, David the Good is here. David the Good, hello and happy Friday to you, sir.
Happy Friday. 40s.
Yeah, Thomas Welch says it's 40 where he's at.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It's winter's coming.
Yep. Deb said she made it on time. Yep. We're happy to have you.
Yay.
Catherine says, do you watch Sean James' Self-Reliance channel? He built a cabin in Canada. I do not.
Write that one down, yeah?
Yeah, I will.
We learn all kinds of new channels. I love it.
Yeah. David the Good's here, as I just mentioned, you guys. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, it was funny when I was talking to him. We do kind of a video, just chat back and forth before I'll add somebody onto community leaders on freesteading. And when I was talking to him, he said that, and I don't know if I can quote this exactly right, but he said something like, when it comes to building, it's not easy for me, but when it comes to plants, I'm like a savant. I don't understand it. Something along those lines. And the guy's really smart. He's really good at what he does. Just a lot of times he's talking and it's kind of above my head. But I watch the channel. It's a very good channel. Let me see where we at here. Yeah, T-Paw says, Spag, I enjoy watching your videos. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Spag says it's always about her.
Yeah.
Erica Norma said, David the Good tagged you on the composting news article from California. Compost your enemies, laugh out loud. Yeah, that has to be the best name for a shirt ever. Absolutely ever. RN says, just now got cool enough to work outside here. High of 82 with 80% humidity.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not bad, though. It's not bad. Yep, David the Good. Yep. Eric and Norma said, yep. Okay, got it. Catherine Good. David the Good. Hope Brian is doing well. Brother had heart surgery. I didn't know that. Yeah, prayers for sure. You see his Grace Farmstead at Hay, Northeast Tennessee. It was 36 here in the morning and a high of 65. Hey, did you see the member number for Texas and Tennessee? Great going states. Yeah, where's his Grace Farmstead? Tell me where they're at right now today. I haven't looked in a little bit. I know Texas was over 300 last time I looked, which is pretty exciting. I'm not sure where Tennessee is. Well, I guess I've got it right here in front of me. Guess we can look it up real quick instead of making somebody else do it, huh? That's all right. We'll see what we got here. I got some news on these pages for you guys too.
Texas at 310.
Oh, Vicky says Texas is at 310. Yep, I got 307 on my end. What was the other one? And then Tennessee.
300.
Where's Tennessee at?
Yep. Hey, Suze.
Right there. Yep. Maybe it might be behind. I got 297 on my side, but excellent. Yeah, it's been close. It's been fun listening to you guys kind of banter back and forth. Hey, Suze. Listen to you guys banter back and forth between Tennessee and Texas. Yeah, congratulations to Tennessee and Texas. I think that's amazing because you guys, speaking of which, this is such a great topic to talk about. Guys, I can't tell you the number of people who've emailed me and messaged me and said, hey, I connected with, Joe Schmo down the road and I met this person who lives close to me. And, it's just absolutely amazing to me that we've accomplished, even if nothing else ever happens, we've accomplished really the main goal we set out, which was just to, find a way to build community. And people are yoking up, as American Roots Homestead always says, they're yoking up all over the, the country, and freesteading gets to do their part to be encouraging, so I think that's just pretty cool. Let me see here. His Grace Farmstead, hello, says we are waiting for 20 million more folks to move here. Yeah, I hope you're talking about on freesteading, because I don't know what state you live in, but I would not want 20 million folks moving to my state.
Tennessee, right? Tennessee and Texas.
Yeah,
Difference? What's the difference?
Tennessee and Texas. What do you mean?
What's the difference between Tennessee and Texas? The people. How many people?
Oh, I bet you. Oh, yeah, maybe that's what he's talking about. 20 million more folks to move here. Well, yeah, Texas is going to be a lot larger than Tennessee. Deb says, when are we going to get another Starve the Beast episode? Yeah, I'm working on it actually as we speak. This is kind of a interesting topic, and I got to be really careful how I word everything. But yeah, I'm working on another one. I'm actually, when I go to Tennessee, this is actually what I'm going to speak about. Is I'm going to talk about, first of all, my story, how I got to where I am and why I decided I wasn't going to hide anymore. And then my efforts to live my life in a manner that does exactly that and starves the beast. So, Deb, thank you for asking. I will get that video out. Hello, Eagle Lover, Texas. How are you? You're not late. You're right on time, right? Don't they say a wizard arrives at the exact time that she or he intends to?
Yep.
Yep. So back to the community thing I was telling you guys about. I think it's just, neat as could be. And if any of you guys have any stories of, hey, I've met, you don't have to give me the names. You don't have to tell me where you met them. You don't have to give me any, don't violate your own OPSEC in any way, but just, hey, I met somebody and it was really cool. Or I met somebody and, that guy was really weird, or that girl was really weird. I'd like to hear from all of them. Hello, Tigerhead. How are you? Yeah. What do you think about all that? Because you got a lot of those emails, right?
Yeah. I love the website. I've had so many people contact me, and I try to connect with so many people too. And some accept, some don't. Some people I think never come back. So
yeah. You think it's because you try to connect with them?
No.
You think they show up and they think, oh my God, here's this psycho chick?
No. They're just like, oh, look, somebody trying to be helpful.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely neat just to hear the stories of people who do that. And so I'll give you guys some updates, just kind of what's going on freesteading. So we got the developer approval from both Apple and Google on the app. And so that's a big deal. And so that's kind of something that we were waiting on before the developers could go any further. And so they've gotten the green light to get back at it full time. So I would say it will not be long and the app will be out. The marketplace. So, guys, there's so many challenges with doing a Storm Rider. Good to see you as well. There's so many challenges with doing a marketplace, and it's no big deal. We're going to get to them. There's just a lot of boxes that got to get checked. Like I'll give you an example. There's a lot of lawsuits that have gone on out there against like Amazon and, Etsy and, some of these places because, like, for example, the Amazon case, I think I talked about this once before, but a seller sold a battery to somebody. The battery exploded. It caused damage to the person's body. That person then sued both the seller and Amazon. The lower courts ruled that Amazon was not liable because they, they're not the manufacturer. They didn't ship it. They never touched the product. But then the higher courts jumped in and said, wait a second. We think Amazon has a little bit of liability in all of this. And so I've got to really, from a legal perspective, make sure that, I cross all of those T's and dot those I's. Cause I don't want to, lose everything I've worked for because I, get it wrong. There's some other things that go on too with it, which is, like all the state laws are different. So like example, you can buy raw milk in my state, but there's states you absolutely cannot. And I think Georgia was one of them. Where you and don't correct me if somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, because I might not be right on Georgia, but I think it was Georgia, for example, was one of them that you can't do it. And so I've got to navigate the terms of service in a manner that allows us to, conduct business and connect all you guys, but at the same time, decrease the liability, the best that I can.
Yeah.
What do you think about all that?
I appreciate that very much so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because that could be a little bit scary.
Well, yeah, because I don't want to take on the responsibility of 10,000 sellers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, really all freesteading is the facilitator.
Yes.
All it's doing is putting the buyer and the seller together, but there's certain language that's got to be in there.
Yes.
About that exact kind of thing. And so we also won't house anything. We are not going to ship anything. We'll handle the financial transaction, but beyond that, we're not going to have a lot to do with it. Let me see here. Where am I at? Jesus says, yay for the app. I'm not on my computer much. Yeah, I think it's 72 or 73% of all users view all of this stuff from their cell phone. And so I think getting the app's going to help with a lot of things, to include, the login stuff. Sometimes there's people that, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but for me, I've noticed there's times if I haven't logged in a while, I'll get on there and it's just kind of froze. And then I just X out of it, type in freesteading, it logs me right back in. Life's fine and dandy. But I think we just need to get the app up and running.
I've noticed on mine when I have several pages open of the same freesteading, like it'll open up another page, and then I'll have like 4 pages open. Well, the first one won't work, and I'll have to close out of them and, like you said, start it again.
Yeah. Tigerhead said sun lives up in the mountains. Yeah, I bet it's getting cooler and cooler all the time. Teapot, cool. Watch weather next week, might be running for higher ground. Yeah, there's I think what she's talking about is Florida, right? Or down there that they got those hurricane warnings that are going on, right? And our prayers are with all of our brothers and sisters, who live in those climates down there, and brace. But you guys, this is why you prepare. This is why you live the life that you live, right? This shouldn't come as no surprise. And you just think, just imagine how it would be if you had none of those things put together, if you had none of the freedom sitting there. But my prayers are with you nonetheless. Tigerhead said, oh, yep. Half Bubble Off Plum says, got notice electric going up to $19.60 next month. That's $39.60 since January. If that doesn't make me want to become even more self-sufficient, I don't know what does.
Sheesh.
Yeah, guys, this is a gigantic ordeal, and you guys hear me preach about it. If I could be independent of one thing, if I could only pick one thing, it would be energy. Period. And it wouldn't even be close, because I believe the energy costs are just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I think I would start right there with energy. Almost all things are possible. And, some people tell me I'm cheating, but the fact of the matter is, it is just that important. And, I can help. I've got great contacts in the solar and off-grid living space. And if somebody, message me on freesteading, email me, whatever it is, I'll trade you contact information. I know some of the boss people at some of those places, and you can call up and get quotes and, do all those kind of things. I'd be happy to.
Well, and the customer service, I don't know how many times we've had to call in and try to get things, firmware this and, getting things to connect the way they're supposed to and work the way they're supposed to remotely. We've had a lot of issues, and they've been right there walking us through it. So,
yeah. Deb, this is a good topic. Deb says, any idea why a bank or credit union would have to send a report to the government when you take cash out? Yes, I do, actually. So the rule, I believe currently is $10,000 and more, then they have to file it with the feds that you took that kind of cash out. So if you just keep it under $9,999, there should not be a report filled. But I'm telling you, there's been a lot of movement legislatively to make that, to get that number down to I've seen some estimates is down to $400, which, could you imagine that having to send a report every time someone took $400 out, especially with inflation and everything that's going on? I mean, $400, heck, I can go get 6 2x4s and a tub of mud and I'm done, So yeah, that's why they do it. And they'll probably pass it at some point. But I read an article about the Biden administration has the framework put together for the digital dollar. And so that will all go away, because if they can launch the digital dollar, it won't be long right before that you'll see them outlaw cash, and it won't even exist anymore. Nola Girl says, waiting on Marketplace to find fresh eggs and butter locally. Yeah, guys, I agree. I think this is going to be an amazing thing. Just be patient with me, because again, there's a lot of legal sides to it. And I'm sure you guys can appreciate that, I just don't want to lose everything I own, because of it.
And we don't want you to either.
That's right. Absolutely. 100%. Teapot says, yep, hurricane coming from the up to the east. Yep. Yeah. We're thinking of you. RN says, is freesteading set up as an LLC? Yes, it currently is. I have a pretty good attorney and accounting team behind me. And so right now we're in works of adapting that. I formed it as an LLC in the beginning, because I can just do it. It's super simple. It's ready to go. But I don't know whether we'll go to an S Corp or C Corp or whatever the attorneys and the accountants want me to do. So today we are an LLC, but I don't imagine that'll last long. Lucy says, B, I could talk all day with you on gardening, but I'm so busy until winter sets in. Yeah, you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's go time.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think winter's easier?
It's just different. There's a lot of wood hauling. There's a
Mhm.
lot of you're not focusing on garden stuff, you're not focusing on food, you're focusing on heat.
Mhm.
And so I think that it just switches. The work is not lighter, it's just different,
Mhm.
because hauling wood is not easy. And that's my job, is to get the wood from the outside into the inside. And that's
Yeah, but under full disclosure, I drop it with the skid loader 10
outside,
feet from the back door.
down the stairs.
Well, there's 2 stairs.
There's like 3. Yes.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Yes, but that's a lot of trips. And it hurts. And I appreciate you dropping it at the back door. I do.
Let me see here. Lucy Bourne. Next one. 01 Wolf says, if you remember Mother Earth News, the back pages were people advertising. Maybe look at that model instead of doing it directly. Well, yes, and we've been looking at lots of different models in that, but it's kind of a give and take thing, a little bit. And I can't, and I'll just be direct, so that I have to be able to process the payment. And the reason why I have to be able to process the payment, because if I don't, that means I front the bill, right? I mean, I need to make sure, like I was doing some Googling, and, Amazon, takes 15%, Etsy takes, I think a little less than 10. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, I've got to find a way to where at least freesteading is, paying for itself as it goes through. And so I have to figure out a way to manage that, but I don't want to touch the money. So in a perfect world, what I would hope would happen is I could find or create a software where the vendor, it just gets paid automatically. It doesn't go through freesteading. But I don't know if I can figure that out. It's just something I'm just going to have to keep working on.
Did you say Etsy takes 10%?
Yeah, it's almost like 9.8%. Because they charge like
sale
of every sale. Yeah, because they get like 6.8% or something like that, and then they get a 3% processing fee or 4% processing fee for processing the payment.
Dang.
I know, right? I know. Jasper Mom says my electric has 3 times or 4 times in the past year. Yeah, guys, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm telling you, get energy independent. I would rather have my money sitting in solar panels, inverters, and batteries than in a 401k plan.
No kidding.
There's no way that 401k is not going to grow at that rate. It's just not going to grow at that rate.
Yeah.
And this is coming from someone who did that my whole life.
Yeah.
Lucy says here in Canada, where I live, the only way to buy raw milk is behind the scene. Yep. Well, except I heard that even in the states where you're not allowed to buy raw milk, you can buy raw milk for treating tomato and blossom rot, for treating plants. So you can go buy raw milk for the purposes of treating plants. You cannot go buy raw milk for the purposes of drinking. Did I get that right?
You don't know. I thought it was you could buy it for your animals. I thought you could buy the raw milk for your baby
I think
goats.
you can do that as well.
You cannot buy it for.
You can do that as well.
Butter.
Yeah, you just can't buy it for human consumption.
Okay.
Let me see here. Hey, Sue says 01 Wolf. I need to see if that is still around. I used to have some really old copies. Yeah, B's got a whole stack of Mother Earth News magazines.
The Mother Earth News magazines?
Yeah.
And Grit, and there was another one we kept a whole bunch of.
Yeah, I don't remember. Can says by executive order. I'm assuming what they're referring to is outlawing cash or the $10,000 thing. And yeah, that's exactly how it'll happen. Catherine says, I have no clear understanding of the digital dollar. Is there a simple, short explanation? Well, it's the truth is the dollar's already digital. It's got a little bit of cash that can come along with it. But all that really means is that instead of, money being deposited and the Fed's printing dollars, like actually printing them, it all just becomes an entry onto a computer. And there's a big problem with this, right? Because we already have a hard enough time controlling it. right? I mean, good luck now. You give the digital dollar the ability, they'll just inflate it until there's nothing left, in my opinion. Excuse me, guys. Nikki?
Hi, Freedom Friends. Just got here, or where are you?
Yep.
Are you
right
Nikki?
there.
Hi, Nikki. Welcome. But it was sunny and warm in California today.
Yeah, I bet it was. 01 Wolf says to Catherine, total control. It's all it's about, guys, is control. It's about obedience. When I went through the stuff that, goodness.
Here.
When I went through the stuff that I went through with my old career, what I figured out in the end is that it wasn't about the vaccine. It wasn't about that. It was just simply about me doing what I was told. And when I said no, to the good old boy system, my life kind of collapsed around me.
He doesn't like to be told what to do.
Not very much. Milk and Honey says a conveyor belt, maybe, or a pulley for the wood. I've thought about that. I'm going to an auction tomorrow, and I love going to auctions. And if I could find an 8-foot conveyor belt that ran on a 12-volt motor or was on 110 single-phase motor, I might buy one, because then I could just lay it there on the deck and put them on, and they'd go down, and she could take them off, and we could make a little.
You've talked about that before. But somebody would have to be there, and somebody would have to be there. So somebody would have to be putting it on, and then somebody would have to be taking it off. Unless you were just dumping it in a pile, then you'd have to restack it. So I might as well just carry it in.
Mm-hmm. No, a conveyor belt would be much easier.
You think?
Yeah, I do.
I don't want to. You'd have to pick it back up.
Yeah, Drummers Live says, when the money goes digital, folks will have to dig up the jars of money and account for it so they can tax us on it again. Yes. Well, this is 100% true. This is one of the biggest advantages to having the digital currency, is that now you no longer have these backdoor deals. You don't have where you're going to a farmer's market to buy tomatoes because you're going to use a card, right? And they're going to tax you on it. And it makes it where they're literally taxing every single transaction, and it's hard to get away from it. And then you'll pretty much be left with bartering. I'll trade you 4 chickens, for that turkey or whatever it is. Milk and Honey says in Oregon for crafts, soaps, and animals. Okay, so this is the raw milk. Yep. In Texas, we can buy raw milk from certified farms. I drink it. Yeah, but see, you still got that certified thing in there, right? So they got to go through a whole bunch of hoopla probably to get certified. Behold the value of life. How can you cash your 401k out? Easy. You just tell them you want to cash your 401k out. Here's the thing. There's just penalties involved in it, right? So like the IRS will assess penalties plus interest, plus you'll have to pay taxes on the profits that you made. And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you any financial advice. You need to seek your own financial advice, but you're just going to pay penalties and taxes. But here's the thing. Like, for example, I have an annuity right now that I have not cashed out. It's the last thing that I've got that sits there. And I haven't because it's a fixed annuity, but I could take it out and the IRS is going to give me a 10% penalty. Plus I'm then going to pay taxes on the profit that I made. But the fact of the matter is the goods that I'm buying are going up greater than 10% every single year. So I think my money's better spent, in that place. Okay, right there. Deborah says, do a cow share and you can get raw milk. Yes. We actually been thinking about doing that. The challenge that I have is that mostly around here, it's all beef. What's that? Oh,
music.
Okay. We own some cows up here, but they're all beef cows. And so we've talked about getting a milk cow. But it's just another chore to go do. And, right now for us, I'm trying to finish the house. We're trying to put infrastructure in. I mean, we just finished the outdoor kitchen today. And so maybe in another year, we can look at doing that where we've got a little more time on our hand. 01 Wolf says executive order is not law. I could not agree more. And just proof of that is the word executive, right? The executive, right? It is. The executive branch don't make law.
Yeah.
Right? The legislative branch does. Charles says, hello, friends. Hey, Charles, what's going on, bud? See you in a few days.
Yep. See you in a few days.
Jody says she really enjoys your talk with the Buffalo Seed Company.
I do too. I just love her.
Mm-hmm. Now, what'd you learn on this last one?
That I don't have to pay. So when she came to get the cilantro, I was picking it off one seed at a time, and she was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll take it with me and I'll do it." And so she said that she stepped on it, and well, she really meant that she was stepping on it.
Yeah.
So I have cow peas. I need to
Step on.
do a little dance.
Yeah, who said in the comments on that video that we needed to do a video of you with your feet on the seats? Who was that?
Right, I don't know.
Oh, that was funny. I don't remember. It was total regular. Arthur, maybe. Anyway, I don't remember, but it was funny. Thank you, Teepaw. Nikki says, yeah, it's going to be in the 90s here tomorrow. Yeah, what's it going to be here? 70s? 60s?
70s.
70s here. Yeah. Hey, Pat. She says, hey, guys, better late than never. Yeah. Hey, no issue at all. I'm super glad you're here, Pat. I'm going to see you in a couple days, too.
Soon, yeah.
Yep. Can says, every transaction can be traced and tracked. You'll have to pay taxes on what you sell on Etsy or at a garage sale. That's correct.
Even at a garage sale.
Babe, they're going to make it where there is no cash. Every phone made, you'll be able to scan a credit card with. Right? It will be a digital trail of every single transaction. That makes you happy, huh? Tell me how you feel.
No, I was going to say a bad word.
Tell me how you really feel.
Nope. No.
Babe, you need to share with the community.
No.
You need to share.
I don't like that. That is not very good. Then you probably get a printout at the end of the year on what all look, you bought too many sugary treats. You're going to be penalized by your health insurance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pat says she loves auctions. I love auctions too. And Pat,
there is not one this weekend.
Yes, there is. Pat and Charles, if you guys are bored, send me a text. I'll be at one in tomorrow, about 20 minutes from my house. Concert friend says, digital dollar, you'll have an account with the government with a debit card. Yeah. And all money will run through it. And look at that. They got to track all the money going in, all the money going out. Yeah. Barter, guys. Build community around you. You know, Freesteaders is great for the big picture. Get a community built around you, because I'm telling you, we probably get 80% maybe of all of our needs either in the community or we grow right here. You know, from the beef to the pigs to the, everything that goes on. It's all, not all of it, but a lot of it's done right here. You guys need to go yoke up and get a community built. Deb says, I paid all my bills off and my credit score dropped 38 points. They'll get you suckered in every way you turn. It can drop for all I care. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I've said this in a lot of my videos before, but isn't it crazy how we live in a society where our status as a citizen is judged by how well we carry debt, right? It's called a credit score. And I think it's just so crazy to me that that's really how that works. And they get you bought into the system about, you got to have an 800 credit score. You got to have an 800 credit score, borrow. And you're chasing this thing that you'll absolutely never catch ever in your whole life. It's all about just recycling the money over and over and over again. Because every time a dollar changes a hand, the government gets another cut. You want to starve the beast? Stop the number of transactions. Right? Don't let them tax the same dollar over and over and over again. Guys, if you follow a dollar, right, the average American pays a total of, about 60% of their income in taxes. Whether that's through property taxes, gas taxes, cell phone taxes, all of the taxes, energy taxes, all the taxes that go on. So the 40 cents that's left over, then you're going to go spend that at the tire shop, and you're going to go spend that. Well, then that process just starts all over again. And by the time they get to 3 or 4 transactions, they've managed to get 100% of the money back. So if they get 100% of the money back in 4 transactions, I ask you, what's the point? What was the point of the whole exercise? Figure that one out, and you'll have the answer, right? RNN says, a wood elevator. They have elevators at the beach to haul groceries and luggage up houses. Yeah, they have them here where I live to haul bales of hay up to the 2nd floor. And they lay on the kind of up at an angle, and you throw the bale of hay on, and they go up into the loft where farmers will store them in the tops of barns. And usually they're pretty antique because they don't do a lot of that anymore. But I'd like to get one for sure.
For wood? A wood elevator?
Yep. Oh.
What happened?
Oh, well, you know what I did? Okay.
You pushed it?
I just scrolled it. Solar or gas generator for initial purchase. Okay, so I chose propane generator as far as that goes to run my solar system. The thing is about Song of Joy, what you got to understand is that a solar panel is nothing more than a battery charger. That's all it is. And your batteries are how long do you want to make it without sun? Right. And so the thing about the solar generator is I don't think it's really that scalable. Right. I mean, I have a solar system, which is fine with a backup propane generator. I chose propane because of the shelf life. I have 1,000-gallon propane tank that's full, and at the rate I use it, it'll take me 10 years to go through it. So I don't know if that answered your question or not. Can says barter. Yeah, barter, barter, barter. Jody says, that's what I do too. I freeze my tomatoes, and as they ripen, because there's no way I could keep up with them. Yeah. Well, and everything's, let's talk about that, how everything's ready at a different time.
Yes. The peppers were ready way before the tomatoes. So I had several buckets of peppers chopped up, ready for salsa and frozen, waiting for the tomatoes. And then I got tomatoes, but then the jalapenos I had to wait for. So I had to freeze the bell peppers, and then I had to freeze the tomatoes, and then I got jalapenos. So now they put them all together. Mm-hmm. So
Sherry says, hello all. I saw a jug of raw milk at Whole Foods. I wonder if it was real or just marketing. Yeah, I drove by a sign. I drove to North Dakota the other day, and I drove by a sign that said prairie fed cattle. And there was a big cattle yard with nothing but mud in it. Sorry, grass fed cattle. There was nothing but a big mud lot that they were in. So it's kind of like the word organic. I wouldn't buy it. You know, organic to me is I grew it right here, and I didn't put any pesticides or herbicides on it, you know, and it was loved by my wife's tender hands.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Let me see. Can says, Deb, my score went down for too many credit checks. Yeah. EB says, regarding digital, they're eventually going to attach it to a social credit and carbon tax thing like they're doing in China. And I believe they already started carbon tax in Canada. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work out. But, you know, guys, I think there's another side. That's why we got to kind of stand up now. You know, I think social credit score works both ways. And I think we can create a, you know, naughty and nice list. I was talking to somebody about freesteading about that today. How do we, you know, identify companies that are good to do business with and companies that are not good to do business with? I mean, I think we can work the credit score the other way, or the social credit score a little bit the other way. But here's the other thing with social credit scores is what they can say to you is, if you don't have a high enough credit score, you're only going to get this much energy, right? They can limit the amount of energy. You limit the amount of water you get, right? They can all of those things that they have stroke over you, that grip that they've got over you. This is where they'll be able to attack it from. This is why it's critical to break the chain, starve the beast, and begin to live free. This is why I would use my 401k or whatever it was to put a solar system on my house. I just would. Not advise. I'm not a financial advisor. Seek professionals, yada, yada, yada.
Or just eat your energy cube and
or just
get on your energy board. And
Right. Thank you, Tiger Paw. The I Am of Me says, Life Done Free. I looked for the merch tab the other day and still didn't find it. I'm sorry. I'm not usually that slow. Laugh out loud. Can you tell me exactly where to look on Freesteading? Okay. So the I Am of Me, what I want you to do is I'm assuming you're using your cell phone. So I'm going to show you. Okay. Okay. So I don't know. Let me see if can I get this up here? Can we see this? Okay. That's the activity feed, right? So if you go to these top dots up here, right there, here's the list. And if you scroll all the way down, there's a button right there that says apparel.
Can't see it.
Oh.
There you go.
And there's apparel.
Apparel.
So it's not under merch. The word is apparel, and it's in that column that's on the left-hand side.
On the left-hand side. Mm-hmm.
Arthur says, B, I could build you an automated conveyor that would only advance when items were removed from the end.
Wow.
Okay. So Arthur, tough guy, how do we get this done?
So then it wouldn't pile up at the end, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Right?
So when the wood got, it just stopped.
Yeah.
When you picked it up, the next one came.
Yeah.
You like this idea?
Thinking about it.
Oh, how amazing would that be?
So you'd set it on, 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 and then go around to the other side and take it off, 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 take it off.
You could.
And then go around to this side and set it on, set it on, set it on.
You
set
could.
It on.
Or you could have someone.
Then I wouldn't be having to carry anything.
Correct. Or you could have someone on one side loading.
Well, then yes.
And someone on the
other side. A
other
lot of
side.
times there's not two people though.
I know. Yep. All right, Arthur, I'm very interested in the details of this equation.
I can even put it through the window.
Right. Okay, here we go. COC says the new debit card that they are rolling out to tap is the beginning of this system with the digital. I told the bank I refuse to use it. Yeah. Yep. And then Can says UBI, universal basic income. Yeah. Well, here, this is universal basic income is an interesting theory to me. And again, I think they're going to be able to rate the UBI based upon your social credit score. Right. So if your social credit score is high enough, you'll get a higher amount of a UBI. You know what UBI is?
No.
Universal basic income. So, but I mean, I think the thing is you got to get yourself to where you can withstand. And, if you can get, and we're talking about energy a lot tonight, if you can get on a way to get off the grid from an energy perspective, you've got a little more room to withstand. And then when you add water, you've got a little more room to withstand. And every one of those little pieces of stroke you remove from your life is going to allow you to withstand all of this stuff that we're talking about. Behold the value of life. Thanks. By the time I would take it out, it wouldn't be worth it then. I'm taking the biggest loan I can on it. Yep, guys. And I talk about this all the time. I'm telling you, I would trust myself and investing my money in a business that I controlled over Wall Street any day of the week. And this is coming from someone who grew up in that industry. I just would. And kind of the other side to it, I think, is like people are like, oh my God, I'm risking this, I'm risking that. But if you followed my example earlier about how someone gets paid $1, they're taxed, they have 40 cents left over. The 40 cents goes to the tire man. The tire man goes through the same process. And then he does it with his mortgage company. And they go through the same process. And they go through the same process. And by the time you get through 3 or 4 transactions, they have all the money back. So it's kind of the land of make-believe. What are you protecting? Tina, hello. She says, good evening from Perkiston, Mississippi. Hey, we love you guys too. I'm glad you're here. Jasper's mom, if you jaywalk or speak against the government or get a ticket, they can take it right from your account. Right. Ben, talk about losing control. Can says digital sheriff of Nottingham. Yeah, no doubt. Vicky, they'll reject your payment on sugary sweets. Right. They will. Right. They'll say, hey, we're too fat as a nation, or, you're not living a good enough life. You can't have that.
Oh, right.
Right.
You didn't do your energy board today.
Right. Here's your nourishment cube. Can says alternative economy. Guys, we're trying. This is what the whole marketplace was supposed to be about. But I think you guys have to take that to a whole nother level away from freesteading. We've got to we'll get the marketplace up and running. But I think as much as you can barter with your neighbor, trade your sheep for their goats or their pigs or their, whatever you can do, your produce, and just try to get that economy where you're, trading back and forth. We don't sell anything off the homestead. Nothing. But I'm telling you, I've traded many eggs away. No, I'll leave it at that. Storm Rider said, I reviewed my go bag today. Changes items from warm weather to cold. Good idea. Boots versus tennis shoes. Refreshed. Water and snacks. Don't forget to alter things per season. Winter is coming.
Yep.
Yeah, we're full bore here. I've got 5 cords of wood put up. And I'm hoping on the October the 9th, we'll put at least another 10 up that day. And, hopefully again, trying to get ready, but there's other things too. There's some trim I'm trying to get on some buildings and, roofing on and, things like this, trying to get prepared for winter. Thomas says, and I hear the digital dollar will be tied to a social credit score. I've heard that as well. Like businesses are now with the ESG score under the guise of climate change. Yep. But again, guys, the social credit score works both ways. I'm telling you, it works both ways. So they can do all that they want to do. And, at the end of the day, you still get to choose where. Let me back up. Let's say it another way. So I'm going to go to the book Atlas Shrugged, and they talk about how they say that money is the root of all evil, and Aaron Rand would say that money is the root of all good, and that production is the root of all money, and your mind is the root of all production. And so you can control where you put your production and who you give your production to, right? Because a dollar isn't anything more than the trading of energy. Right? You're giving your energy in exchange for someone else's energy who made the widget or the loaf of bread or whatever it is.
Right.
Jasper Mom says, not just Sweet Vicky, if you go over your limit of bread, even 100% control. I have a friend that's been talking about this for 1 or 2 years. Yeah, guys, I think it's coming, and I think we may not be able to do anything about it. Standing up to may not do anything but make it worse. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do is get my life in a position to where as big a number as I can, 90%, 95% of everything I need, I'm producing myself. And people, and I've had a lot of people argue this with me. Hey, well, you won't be able to get seeds. Okay, that's why we store our own seeds.
I'll make my own.
Right. Well, that's why we store our own seeds, right? Or whatever it is. Now, that's not going to help for fuel for the skid loader or, fuel filters or whatever it is, but I can't do anything about that. I'm not putting a fuel filter plant in my backyard, but whatever I can do something about, I'm going to. Coraline says, hey guys, we're late. I think it's great. I'm glad that you're here. Drummond's Live. The problem with bartering is everyone thinks that their goods and services are much more valuable than yours. Yeah. Hey, Drummond's Live. I got an interesting story about this. I went through an exercise and I was talking to some of the people in my life who I really respect intellectually, who are really, really smart. And we were talking about trying to build a standard that says an average, chicken, or how many average chickens does it take to buy an average turkey? How many of those would it take to buy an average sheep? And how many of those would it take to buy an average cow? And building off of, like, let's say 20 different measurables. And we kept getting back to the same point. Well, my chicken's worth more than the average chicken because I raised it to be hardy, or your chicken's not worth what an average chicken is because look, it's lost some of its feathers and it looks sick. And there's so many dynamics in there, but I would love to get in an exercise with people who we could build the baseline for that. Like what everybody agrees that would be worth, because it's a system that then I could work off of and other people could work off. I think it'd be just a fabulous exercise. Jesus says, found an egg lady. I see beef everywhere around here. Just need to find contact. And I've already found the farmers markets. Heard the venison and turkey are out back. We aren't even on site yet. Yeah, how cool is that? Right? How cool is that? Yeah, we've been here a long time, so I pretty much know every cattle rancher, pretty much everybody around me. But this is what I mean by community. When we talk about community, it doesn't just mean your inner circle. We always have my other videos. I talked about the crew, the mag, and the mind, right? The mind's the outside, the mag's the middle, and the crew is your inner crew. I'm not talking about the inner crew. I'm more talking about, at mag or mind size, to know all the farmers and know all the resources and know where everybody is, and the local junk dealer, right? The antique dealers. Drums Live says value-added taxes next. Guys, they're going to have to keep increasing taxes. Anybody in here notice that your property taxes have gone up? Yeah, because I got a big shocker this year, and it's never been like this where we live. Jasper's mom, oh, sorry, I skipped her, said, you can't use it to buy metals either. There will be no way for anyone to save anything. Yeah, except unless you already have the asset. Right? This is why I tell people, if the only thing I would go into debt in is land. And if you can strike at land, go get it. I can't think of anything else I would do that for, but I think you got to put your stake in the ground somewhere and, say, hey, I'm going to do all I can. If it's 20%, that's, that means that's 20% you ain't got to go, beg for. Because I think that's what's coming, is begging.
Ouch.
Okay. The I am and me says, nope, laptop. Okay. So if you go on your laptop, so I'm on my other screen. I wish YouTube would let me share a screen because I would just show you. But on the left-hand side, the top tab says start here. Then activity feed, then communities, then forums, then events, then community leaders, then messages, then profile, member search, invite friends, And the third one from the bottom says, sorry, the second one from the bottom says apparel. Click on apparel. Let me see. Jasper Mom says tag. I haven't seen any of the Freeman merch on there. Yeah, it's because it's not. I may put it on there at some point, but I have it on my YouTube channel. I have the Freeman stuff on there, and maybe we'll put it on. I don't know. I don't really. Yeah.
Maybe once the marketplace is up,
maybe
everybody else can do it.
Yeah, I really like the Freeman stuff. As you guys can tell, I wear it all the time. This hat I wear everywhere I go. This is the hat I wear no matter where I'm at. And I've had lots of comments too, like, I like your hat. I like my hat too. Most expensive hat I ever purchased, but Cornelian says, I'm sorry I haven't sent your salsa yet. Had family up for a couple weeks and we have been canning like crazy. I'll try next week. Hey, no worries. I was talking to Squatchy earlier, who's in here, and it seems like there's just always something. I mean, how long have I been working on your kitchen?
A
little bit. Yeah.
Not very long. I mean, we haven't been here very long.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Lucy says they don't make a lot of money, so by the time I pay my mortgage, my phone, and my internet, I pull the rest out of the bank and leave just enough for service charges. Then if I need anything, I pay cash. Yeah, that's smart. I try not to leave a lot of cash in the bank either. In fact, I would rather, if you had a large bank account, you weren't comfortable putting it at home or in a safe or whatever, I would go rent a safe deposit box at the bank and put your money in the safe deposit box. Because in the case of a bank run, that safe deposit box would be protected, and yet it's still in the bank. Now, I don't know what the insurance is on that. Is it still the FDIC insured? I'm not sure how that works, but I don't even know if they'd let you do that. But that would make a lot more sense to me. His Grace Farmstead said we cashed out our 401 about 2 years ago and purchased our solar setup and windmill. Haven't regretted it at all. Many of our neighbors say their electric bill has increased significantly. Yeah. All my friends say their electric bill's gone up. I haven't noticed. Right? Because I don't get one. Conservative friend says my credit score went down 100 points after I paid off my house and still pay off all my bills on time. Yeah. They want you borrowing more money. If you're not borrowing the money, it's not circulating. If it's not circulating, they can't keep up this gigantic Ponzi scheme. The Item of Me says, I don't use my phone. I use a laptop. The last item on the left side for me is roadmap. Can you scroll any further down? Scroll down. See if you can get on that picture and scroll down. Because, I mean, it's on mine clear as day. I'm on a big screen, but maybe it's just down beneath where you're at. Because you should see apparel, log out, and account. David the Good says, Vicky pulling rejecting sweets isn't the worst thing. Heck, diabetes is 1 in 8 people now. Yeah, David, I don't necessarily agree with you that I think that diet is horrible. But here's the thing. Is it okay for them to mandate that to you? Is it okay for them to take that choice from you? That's the part I have a problem with. People should be responsible for themselves. I don't need some bureaucrat to tell me what I can eat and what I can't eat.
It doesn't help that they put sugar inside of frozen chicken. So
yeah, that's a good point. Behold the value of life. Do you know anything about a 1099 form? Yeah, I know a lot about it. So a 1099 is the equivalent of a W-2, but for an independent contractor. So a 1099 would be the document that you would get in order to go file your taxes if you were an independent contractor and they did not withhold taxes. Versus like on a W-2 side, you get a W-2 in order to show how much taxes you paid and all this. That's the equivalent just on the independent contractor side. Vicky Mullen says,
Pullen.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
Mullen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Vicky Pullen says, barter with cinnamon rolls. Yeah. Well, at this point, they're pretty valuable.
He's going to have to get them.
Yeah. David the Good said, just don't make us eat soy. Yeah, that's disgusting. Jasper says, tag, I could get you in touch with a friend who knows about this digital mess. And he could explain the total horror that it is. I've already decided as soon as it's implemented, I'm dropping SSD. Yeah, I'm pretty up to speed on it. Guys, and I don't take this wrong when I'm about to say, but with all the stuff going on in the world, I just don't pay all that much attention to it anymore. I think it's just this huge, horrible plate. And I can sit and worry about the things that are going on, or I can get up in the morning, pin my chin in my chest and get on it and figure out a way to get a little freer today. I mean, just like we did today, guys, we got the processing kitchen running. B can go out. She don't need to be in the house. She has her own kitchen, and it's all stainless steel, and it's all ready to go. And she can go out there and make cheese and butter and bread, and we can, butcher, whether it's a goat or a cow or chickens or, whatever it is. And she can do she has a place for all of those things today.
I still have to harvest the honey. I can put the seeds out of the greenhouse and put them to dry in the, I have a drying rack in there.
You see here, where am I at here? Okay. Can says, find, build local trading partners. Yes. Super important. The next one was American Farm says, hey guys, we were talking about you earlier, and so I'll quote you. Cans, to your point about find, build local trading partners, as American Roots always says, yoke up. And I ordered some of their t-shirts, which, by the way, you guys, if you go to AmericanRoots.com, they've got some yoke up t-shirts, which I think are great. I bought a couple of them. They're not here yet, but I think I'm going to try to wear one to Tennessee when I go down there. David the Good says centralized systems will fail eventually. Babylon fell to the Persians in one night as they feasted. They hadn't even shut the interior gates. Yeah, because people get fat and lazy, right? David, I think this is a really good point. Yep, and I think the more we break those chains and the more we kind of step back from them and try to just do for ourselves and produce for ourselves, I think the better off we're going to be. EV says, I'm thinking preppers and homesteaders might not rank real high on their social credit score, so we can all be lepers together. Yeah, or we can all get together and say that social credit scores work both ways. Right? We can say, okay, that's fine. Target, I'm not doing business with Target. And okay, I'm going to produce myself. But the problem is, if you're dependent on the system for everything, you have no leverage. Zero. I am a me says at EB right. Yep, David the Good. Yes, that is interesting. A homestead bird on pasture would be much more valuable to me than a factory bird, but others might not think so. Yeah, David, I think this is such a fascinating point. I really want to go down this exercise, and see if I could figure out some spider web that created some basic, trade value. I don't know. I just think it's just something that would be so cool. Evie says, I'm me. Oh, and what about eating meat and poultry? We're really going to lose points on those. Yeah, that's for sure. Morning glory. Good morning, Freedom Family. Good morning. Arriving late from chores, but you got chores done. Yeah, Sherry says to David Good. Yep, same. Okay. Where are we at here? Right there. Okay. IME says, on the left-hand side, it stops at the bottom. Last tab is roadmap. It will not allow me to scroll down. That is so weird.
I would log out and log back in. She probably can't log out because it's underneath roadmaps. See how log out?
Yeah, but you can come up here too, I think, and log out.
Oh, well, can she see that from there?
No. Yeah, I would try to log out and log back in. I've never had that problem.
So yeah, you can log out from the right-hand side where your
top right corner. But I mean, if you go underneath roadmap, there's still apparel, log out, and accounts. There's still 3 more buttons under there. I see it both on my phone and on the computer. Is anybody else having those issues that they can't see the apparel store? Because that's super weird. Piper's Pound Homestead, hello. EV said, me probably make our score go down at least 20 points. I don't even care about my credit score.
Yeah.
I don't watch it. I don't pay attention to it. We don't borrow money, so.
Yeah.
Josh Mom says, nope. Don't put any money or metals in a safe deposit box. The bank has access, and in the event of a bank failures, they will confiscate it all. Yeah, I think that there's some truth in that, Jasper's mom, but I think at the same time, in a bank run, they're running on what the bank has stored, not necessarily what you have stored. And so if you were storing cash in a safe deposit box, I think it would be mildly safer. Now, I would recommend you put it in your own safe. Go buy a big safe and, store it for yourself. I think that's the best way. Deb says, I watch a lot of live streams and yours is by far the best out there. Well, thank you. Thank you for giving us your time and thoughts. Y'all help us more than you know by commenting on the live chat. I like this part. This is, I was telling B just the other day, this is my favorite one to do for a lot of reasons. One, I get to chit chat with all you guys, which is fun. And, we get to learn together. But there's another side to it too, which is, you know, I get to sit and get about, you know, 7 or 8 topics to talk about and come up here and just film. It's not as much work. I'm not editing anything. You know, I just get to sit and chit chat. Evie agrees with Jasper's moms. Pete the Squatchy says, shouldn't go too far here. Okay. Doing some tractor work now and listening, and I thought I heard you day by name. Okay, what did I say? Doing some tractor work now and listening, and I thought I heard you day my name. You say my name? Yeah, I did say your name. I talk about you all the time, Squatchy. I mean, you're a dude named Squatchy who's 6'5" who cries because of a toothache. You're a very fascinating human being. Pete says, "Oh, our electric bill has doubled in the last 2 years." Can says, "Refined sugars in processed foods and high fructose." Yeah. Okay, looks like we have got someone in here. Let me see here. I'm going to. How do I get rid of them forever?
Hide user on this channel.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Apparently there was an adult dating site. We had somebody come in here thinking, yeah, anyway, I need to appoint some more moderators. Anybody want to be a moderator when you guys come on here? That way you guys can help me when stupid stuff like best adult dating site comes on. You can hit them with a hammer. Can they do that? They can. Yeah, if you put them as a moderator, what will happen is they can go in there and shut it down. Jasper Mom says, "Don't rely on FDIC insurance either. It says insured up to $250K, but the FDIC fund has only enough to pay up to 1.2%. Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Yeah, American Roots says, "Congratulations on getting that done at the kitchen." Yes. Girl, it was so cool today. Well, you talk. How did it feel when you felt hot water for the first time?
It was amazing. And I'm hoping you can help me with the oven. Because she wasn't in here earlier.
Yeah, okay. Bee's never had a gas oven, so she's scared of it. So she needs someone to help her not be so scared of it.
Remember when we first got a gas dryer, it makes noise like it's going to blow up. And it does. I'm used to it now, but.
Okay. I am a me says, "Everything will scroll for me, but the left side categories." Yeah, mine don't scroll either, but I'm on a big O screen, but on my cell phone, I have to scroll the left side to get down low enough to find apparel and log out. And so that's why I was wondering if you can minimize it, make it bigger, I don't know if there's something you can do there. I mean, I can look into it for you too. You said you're on a laptop, so it shouldn't have any problems, but American Roots said, "Ship today." Yeah, American Roots, no worries, no stress on my end, none of it. If they get here in time, they get here in time. If they don't, they don't. But if the yoke up shirts get here, I'm going to wear one in Tennessee while I'm out there because I think it says, the perfect message. And again, as I mentioned before, guys, at AmericanRoots.com, they have yoke up t-shirts, and they're just super, super cool. And I love the idea. And anyway, I bought them. IME says, "I give up. Maybe one day it will magically appear. I do have an old laptop, but I have never had this problem." Okay, I'm going to do something real quick here. The I am of me. Is that your same? I think that's your same name here, right? Okay, let me try something here. I'm going to hook you up. Maybe. Okay, member search. Okay.
I was looking to see if mine showed it.
All right, bud. So what I'm going to do, try this. Okay, but I just sent you a message in freesteading. See if that helps. Ship to American Roots. Thank you for your support. Oh, of course, guys. We're in this together. Guys, we have to do business with each other. And, there's a lot of channels out there, American Roots. Guys, if you haven't been over there, go over there. Great people. I'm a big believer in it. I chatted with a couple other small YouTube channels that I found earlier, that just had 12 subscribers or, whatever it was, but had a super great message, and I added them to my list, and I'm going to do my best to help them grow. Yeah, don't give up. Let me pull it up on my phone, but I do not have any dollar transactions on my phone. Got burned once, never again. Yeah, check the link that I just sent you. Karen, I got logged out of the homesteading app and still haven't been able to get back in yet. Okay, Carrie. So it's not an app. So what you need to do is shut down whatever you've got and just go to Chrome. Go to whatever your search engine is and manually type in freesteading.com and start from the beginning, and it'll let you log right in. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but it does, and it's happened to me as well.
You don't have to be on Chrome to use it.
No, it can work with Chrome, Firefox, any of them. Yeah.
The E. What is the E?
What is the E?
Yeah, what's the E one you use? Internet Explorer.
Yeah, that's Edge is what's up on mine right now. Yeah. Corleone says, we do appreciate that we can actually talk to y'all and get a response. Heck yeah. I'm actually looking forward to on Freesteading when we can turn on the virtual video meetings and, where we can do this. I don't know how many people can get in, but I guarantee if they'll allow 100 people in a room, I'll do a once a month live where we can all visit, where I can see you talking and you can see me talking. I think that would be exciting.
Like a video chat?
Let me see here. Let's see how I do this. Okay. Got that one. Oh, here's another one. Dude, I'm telling you, I will take all the help that I can get.
Thank you for your offers.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Well, I think the moderator problem is fixed. Cindy says, hey guys, tag, I am not pushing you, but why don't you learn to make them? Make what? What did I miss? Hey guys, tag, I am not
talking to you.
Yeah, why don't you learn to make them? Learn to make, what am I making? Cindy Hart, apparently I am completely lost. I'm sorry. Yeah, put another message in and tell me what I'm supposed to be making, because I like making things, but I just don't know where we're at. American Roots says that she love them far better than anything I've cooked on. Yeah, so she's going to, you got
gas.
Yeah, B is just scared of the gas. Final Countdown says, howdy. Jesus says, I have never had gas anything, but I'm loving the propane oven and stove. I think of it as like driving a manual car. I have much more control than the automatic. I agree. Final Countdown says, I'm learning to use Freesteading. Yeah, if I can help in any way, please let me know. T-Paw says, sorry, got to go. Everyone have a blessed week. Yep, be free. EB says, I recently discovered your YouTube channel and learned about Freesteading a few days ago. I intend to join over there over the weekend. Loving your live stream too. Very good. Well, thank you. Yep, thank you, EB. He said, I will just save the email link. They're talking about the apparel store. It took me right to it when I clicked on it, but why won't it show up on my left? I'm stumped.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I wish.
Did you try logging out and then logging out, closing that page, and then?
Hey, I got an idea. Hey, I am of me. Let's do this. I got an idea. Okay, send me your email address. Just message it to me in Freesteading, and then what I'll do is let's get I'll send you a Zoom link in the next few days, and I'll share my screen, and maybe you can share your screen, and we'll see if we can work through it. Because the problem is I don't see what you're seeing. I mean, I've got apparel, no problem. Right. And my phones are the same and B's computer is the same. So I'm not sure.
What's the thing at the top? What's that little?
This?
Oh, so is that what hers looks like? What does
well,
that
but no,
look
you can
like?
still come down right there. Apparel. That just shrinks the words up at the top there.
Okay.
Catherine Sword says, call the processing kitchen the beehive, where the queen directs all her workers. I like this actually. This is a good idea, calling it the beehive. I need to make you a little plaque.
The beehive?
Yeah, and call it the beehive. I like that. You're gonna have to get some little bee pictures and stuff, right? I know you're not into decorating.
Yeah.
My wife's a weird creature. She is. She is not.
What do you want to hang on the walls? Nothing.
She don't like knickknacks. She don't like pictures. She don't like any of that stuff. I'm like, move in. Make it all like warm and cozy, you know? She'd rather it look like an operating room. Catherine Sword, we are going to call it the beehive. I love that. Yeah, conservative friend says cinnamon rolls. Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So you're on for cinnamon rolls, chapstick. What else have you promised to make? Soap, lotion. Right. You're behind, girl.
I did Some of that for sure. I don't know about all of it, but definitely some of it for sure.
Scratchmade Homestead, hello. It tells me that my account is already active, but I can't do anything. Can you log out, Carrie? Yeah, see if you can log out. And Carrie, we may have to do again, send me an email or message me on Freesteading, or the email's taggandbe@lifedonefree.com, and I'll be happy to share a screen and try to walk you through it the best that I can.
Or maybe you can reset her account or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I may have to do that. Well, I don't do that, but.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You know who can.
Scratchmade Homestead said, hello, all. Hello, Catherine Sword. That's a perfect name. Yes, it is a perfect name. The Beehive. Yep. We named it. I consider it like cooking on a propane grill. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about propane?
I'm not great at that either. But I'm learning.
Our old house, she had an electric oven and stove. And so now out here, because we have a wood stove in the kitchen in the summertime, we cook outside she's got 2 big grills that she cooks most everything on. And she's getting pretty good at it. I mean, I had, the other night I had grilled cheese that was, what was it grilled cheese?
It wasn't.
Paninis.
It was, this time it was not burnt.
No, it was nice and done really, really well.
They burn so fast.
Yes.
I'm amazed. You just step away and they burn.
Oh, that's a good idea, Evie. Evie says to clear out to the I am of me, to maybe log out and clear your cache. Yeah, that might work actually. Thank you.
Oh, right.
How about Beehive? Yep. Second vote for Beehive. I like it. I think I think that's it. You okay with that?
Yeah, that's
I'll
right.
make you a
like
little sign. Yeah.
I have those shelves too from applesauce. Remember those?
Oh, you do the honeycomb shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll have to put those up. Lucy says, my laptop does the same thing. It only goes to member search on the left side and I can't scroll down. I can on my cell phone. Yeah, I can scroll down on my cell phone fine. I can scroll up. Maybe there's something in there. Now that more than one person says that, I will do a little digging about scrolling down.
Check, see if there's a...
Down to find. Okay. Lucy, thanks for telling me that. Because usually if one person says there's an issue, what I do is try to work it out with them. If more than one person is giving me the same issue, there might actually be an issue. And so I need to go and track it down. Vicky says, nothing on the walls means less to clean and dust.
Yes.
Is that why you do that?
Yes.
She's never been a tchotchke kind of person.
That's why when you said, oh, let's put, what'd you call them? Floor trim. And I was like, you have to dust that. And you're like, no.
Yeah, guys, I'm talking about baseboards.
Yes, you have to dust that. Dust sets on that. You have to walk around, like kneel on your hands and knees and dust that.
Guys, she's talking about baseboards. She don't want baseboards because you have to dust them.
In the kitchen.
Yeah. Deborah says B will make all those things right after she hauls in the wood. Now we're talking. Joan Hare says, and B, once you start cooking with gas, you'll never want to cook with electric again. Yeah, I agree with this.
I won't have electric.
Yeah.
So that won't be a problem.
When we built this place, I really tried to have lots of different sources. So just like the stove, we have a propane stove, but we also have a wood one, right? And so I try to have as many of those as I can, because if one day propane dries up or one day I'm running out of wood, or that, it gives me just as many options as I can. B, you should only have to light the pilot light once and then be able to use your stove just like an electric oven. Yeah.
But I don't want to. So the propane stove is a huge commercial stove, and I will only use it a little bit of times. So I don't want to just have the pilot light running the stove when I only use it
for processing.
Right.
Yeah, but I think what you'll find is, especially in the summertime, you'll cook way more dinners out there.
I don't know, because it's still propane, right? So whether I use the propane there or whether I use the propane over here,
So are you saying that I'm not getting rid of all of the propane stoves on my back deck?
Oh, is that you want those gone?
Oh, I thought that was the point of building you a kitchen.
Oh.
You want a third kitchen?
It's an outside kitchen. I don't there's a sink there, there's a countertop there. The grill
Oh
is
my
there.
gosh.
So where would you put the grill? Are we getting rid of the grill?
No, but we use it.
So we're cooking outside.
We use it once in a blue moon to grill. When people come over and hang out, which is typically just you and me.
I don't know. I think a lot of people just grill on those things all the time.
Let me see. Nikki says, B, once you get the hang of it, gas flame is superior. Yeah, and everyone says that. I mean, V says, find out what version of Windows and Mac they're using and find what's wrong with the menu. Yeah, Evie, you're not talking my language, but I'll write it down and get it to the smart people.
If you write it word for word, they'll understand what you mean.
Oh, I know what she's saying. I just don't know the answer. Mac. It would be interesting to know if the I am of me there's on a laptop, is it an Apple or a Windows device?
The section.
Yeah, Tennessee Farm Gal says the cursor has to be inside the section. Yeah, so if you didn't put the cursor like on the events page and where they hide up, you got to be in there to scroll. Scratchman Holmes said, place order on Tuesday. What is the usual turnaround time? I'm assuming you're talking about from Freesteading. How long did it take us to get our merch we ordered on Freesteading?
You ordered
a week.
Oh, it was longer than that.
Was it?
I don't know.
Like the aprons? Yeah.
No, I thought it was longer than that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll find out for you. I'm not sure. Deborah Jones says, I can't scroll where it lists apparel or log out, but if I scroll in the middle of the section, it pulls the left side down. Interesting. RN says the pilot light will only use a negligible amount of propane. Like it won't use very much propane sitting there burning. Yeah, she is deathly afraid of fire. I mean, we burn a brush pile out there, and oh my goodness. I mean, her stomach's in knots. She's running around. She's filled up 47,000 jugs with waters and sprayers, and she's preset the Ranger and the Kubota and everything on all sides, and so she's super scared of it. Tigerhead says, poor B. Poor B has it so bad.
I do. I agree. Thank you.
Jesus says an outdoor kitchen would be great. Yep.
See?
Yeah. Yeah. The I'm a Me says that it shows up on the phone just fine. Yeah.
Weird.
Which is weird. I don't know, bud. It is absolutely weird. I don't have any idea. You know what? Yeah, I don't know. I will look into it, but I have no idea. Scratchman Holmes said, yes, Freesteading. Very cool. Y'all have a good night. Yep, for sure. I want B's sweatshirt. Yeah. Okay, so these sweatshirts are not the ones that come off the website because the website's an on-demand place. We have a lady that's local to us. What do we get those done for? Do you know what the sweatshirts cost? Do you remember?
$35.
About $35. This sweatshirt too. So these aren't available on the website because they're just a little local lady, but I like to give my money to her. She has no website. She does it out of her house. So if you
she's putting a shop up.
Really?
Yeah, she north. I don't know the town.
Oh, she's putting a physical location.
A building.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, if you want one of those, if you just email me, tagandbe@lifedonefree.com or message me on Freesteading, I will get you guys hooked up and you can order from her at whatever my cost is. And happy to get that done for you. American Roots says, I just ordered a hoodie and it says I will get it on 9/29 to 10/6. Okay, so that's about...
That was just before you leave.
Yeah, so just about 2 weeks. Well, between 10 days and 2 weeks is what American Roots is saying. Evie loves outdoor kitchens. Yeah, we're going to... Okay, so the plan, guys, is you guys want to know where the processing kitchen is. We've got it pretty much complete on my end. So now I'm going to work on the slaughter area. And so behind the processing kitchen, I'm going to pour a big concrete pad. I'm going to put a sump have some a catch pit down in there to catch a lot of the stuff. I'm going to have a way to, rope up a deer or a cow or whatever. I'm going to have cones for slaughtering chickens. We're going to do all of that stuff outside. I'm hoping to get a cooler, also
something
to be able to cool the meat and stuff down. But that'll be one of my next projects. I'm not going to start it yet because I've got two others. One I'm working on right now, the Wallapini and then Pod 4 that I'm trying to work on right now. But if I get one of those off my list, I'll get working on that too. Deb says mine came quicker than expected. Yeah. Good. Scratchmade Homestead said, thanks, America Roots. Yep. COC says, I agree with B. I don't like gas. The house across from me blew up because of the gas line in the stove.
It blew up. The house blew up.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
EB. Yep. Good night. Yep. Coraline says, I have hear y'all talk about a Wallapini. I don't even know how to spell it. What is it? So it is a, here, I'm going to spell it down here for you. Wallapini.
It's an underground greenhouse.
Yep. It's it's a partial underground greenhouse. And if you guys look up, what's
Greenhouse in the Snow?
Yeah, look up Greenhouse in the Snow on YouTube. Okay. And this is an old guy up in Alliance, Nebraska, who grows oranges in the wintertime in Alliance, Nebraska, guys. That's dang near South Dakota. I mean, it's a cold climate up there, and he grows oranges the way he uses. It's a particular type of greenhouse that sits on a particular base that has geothermal and some of these things to keep it warm. But that's what it is. So yeah, just go to Greenhouse in the Snow on YouTube and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Is it on YouTube? Well, it's on the internet. I don't know if it's on YouTube. Is it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Drums and Live says the biggest positive for a continuous pilot light is for explosion danger purposes. Yeah, actually, I understand what he's saying because the room's not just going to fill with gas. There's a pilot light burning it off, right? Versus not having that on there, and then it just seeps out.
So right now it's just seeping out.
No, because you have it off. But assuming there was a leak,
I don't know if it's off.
It's off.
You mean the gas at the wall?
No, I'm talking about your nozzles are turned off.
Well, yeah, the nozzles are turned off. But what they're saying is that with the nozzles off, the pilot light is not lit, then there's gas just coming out.
Yeah, EB put up my email address, guys, and also freesteading. And guys, I'm telling you, just send me a message. We will work our way through it. I'm not sure how we will work our way through it, but we will. Okay, cool. Yep, Wallapini. Thank you. Let me see here. Hey, Tag, Deep South has a homemade walk-in cooler, uses a window AC in it. Yep. Mm-hmm. To cool it by using a bot to fake out the window AC unit. Yep. Yeah, see, Thomas Wells says, yes, the pilot light should be left on. It's safer. And I agree with him, right? Instead of it just filling.
Well, the gas guy came and turned it off. He left it, I don't know.
Oh, EV, good job. Nebraska geothermal greenhouse. Retired mailman grows citrus. Yeah, if anybody hasn't watched that video, that is just amazing. Now, I'm actually going to take it to a whole nother level. Something that I've never seen done before. I'm going to pipe a coil into the bottom of the pond that's right next to her Wallapini. And I'm going to see if I can use the heat and the cool out of the bottom of that pond, depending upon the year. And I'm going to use that also to cool and to heat the Wallapini through the winter. So I'm really, really excited about it. I don't have any directions. I've never seen it done. So if anybody has one, certainly send it to me because I'd be interested. Can says gas explosions rare. Usually old pipes are the cause. Yeah. When I ran the gas lines, because I know how B is, I bought the best pipe I could buy. We had everything pressure tested. I mean, everything from every single piece. So I don't know what else I can do. And I think I agree with him. It's safer with the pilot light on.
Then why did he not leave it lit?
Well, I don't know.
I think he turned it off because we were not using it.
We were not using it. It could sit there for 9 months. At
right,
the rate
9 months.
Right at the rate we were going.
Especially since winter's coming and the stove will be lit in here.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
That's what I will use.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super exciting. Like I said, gate valve at the wall. Yeah, yep. Leaving it on also prevents moisture and rust buildup on the inside of the lines. This is Tony, and this safely message is from Tom, my hubby, who ran and runs our gas lines. Yeah, thank you. Yep, thanks, Tony, a lot for that. I think that helps B with some level of confidence because she's just petrified of fire. She's as tough as they come, but we all have our weird spots. I know a guy who's tough and rough around the edges, who's 75 years old, still scared of the dark, and he'll openly tell you, "I will not cross a field in the dark." When me, man, I would love nothing more.
Yes.
I have no problem with it. I will go walk through the woods at 2:00 in the morning by myself. Not a problem at all. It's quiet, smells good.
Yeah, scaring people along the way.
Yeah, well, if there's anybody out there to scare, I certainly will. Okay, so Catherine Sword says, on laptop, go to settings and then to display and then adjust the text size, see if that helps. So that's a good idea. Thank you, Catherine. Yep. Thomas Sword says, I completely understand. Yep. Yeah, it's that's actually Tony, but yeah, B is just scared of that. I think we all probably, like I said, have our things. The fire's definitely one of yours, huh?
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just
yeah.
Good.
The guys that came to put the air conditioner units in just last week we have wood burning stoves and fireplaces, and what came out of his mouth was, "Why do you have such big fire extinguishers?" I'm like, what?
I've got a good buddy of mine who worked for many years in fire protection. And so I got an opportunity to get a whole bunch of fire extinguishers. So we have big ones, everywhere we're at.
Yes.
Corleen says, by the way, we have 3 appointments with financial advisors next week to discuss the 401k that Dave Ramsey suggested. We also found 21 acres that used to be an old farm that has grown up. We're just trying. Guys, I think this is a smart idea.
Wonderful.
I am not a financial advisor. I am not telling you to take your money out of your 401k, your IRAs, or any of that stuff. But what I will tell you is that's what I did. And that's exactly what I did. And I paid for all of this so that we were debt free and we could live off grid, because I figured my money was better spent in my hands than out there in the Ponzi game that, guys, I'm telling you, is going to collapse.
Well, until you're spending that, you've been collecting this and saving this, and
my whole life.
You get to spend it now instead of maybe,
right,
because it is a maybe.
Yep.
Later.
Brian says, I got here late, but I got here. Well, hello, Brian.
Hello.
Yep.
Yep.
Tony says, I'm with you on that. Not interested either. Yeah. Brian says, to figure out when we can go look at it, we know there is a well and a creek on it.
Even better.
Yeah. You know what, guys? I think that make sure water's on the top of your list. For any of you guys that haven't watched it, if you go back on my videos and find the how we found our land video, we do a threat and needs analysis of just a generic search. But I would absolutely go through that. But yeah, I would put water number 1 on the list. And the only thing better than a pond is 2 ponds. And the only thing better than 2 ponds is 2 ponds and a creek. Right? I mean, water.
Yep.
Let me see.
Jasper's mom's got her fingers crossed for you, Coraline.
Yes.
So do we.
Yep. So do we. Yep. And if there's anything we can help with, in any way, certainly let me know. I'm not an expert, you guys, in anything. I'm telling you that right now. I am not an expert. But I have built a completely off-grid home with all kinds of complexity. Just like, B's water system we put in today. It's funny. It's completely separate from the rest of the house.
Yes.
And as of this stage right now, it's only rainwater. Although I have the ability to connect to some other things. I just haven't put it all in yet. But right now it's rainwater only. And make sure it's not a floodplain. That's great advice. Jasper Mom says, that's exactly why I'm so anxious about not being able to work out the getting property. Yeah, I'm praying for you. It is super, super hard. And I'm keeping an eye out for you too, Jasper Mom. Anything that comes up for sale, guys, I will absolutely post. And if anything I can find that comes up for rent, I will absolutely post. Either one of them. Drummondson Live said, water number 2, easement number 1. Yeah, pretty hard to argue with that. What easements do the counties and all of that have? But I think even that, I would argue with Drummondson Live. I would put water 1, but I can understand that. And that's, I think, a fair assessment. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate y'all's support. Yep. Brian Seago. How about you? Safely note on fire extinguishers: pass, pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep.
Yep.
You know what that reminds me of? When I was in basic training, they would say, breathe, relax, aim, squeeze, do it right, and you'll be pleased. And I remember that to this day because, man, they just beat it in your head. It just reminds me of that, right?
You've said that before.
Yeah. Breathe, relax, aim, squeeze, do it right, and you'll be pleased. Let me know when you find that money tree. I need a few cuttings to buy a homestead with. Amen. Yeah. Well, money's the land of make-believe, guys. And I've been saying this for a long time. It took me years to figure it out, but it's not real. You know, they've got people convinced that what they do is they'll just allow you to have enough money to, you know, buy a new home every 15 years, but then you borrow money against that anyway and refinance it anyway. And equity is an illusion anyway. And you know, then maybe you get a new TV or a vacation here or there, and they just keep you in the system as long as they can. And then eventually when you retire and you get off the system, the goal is to get you, you know, off Social Security as fast as they can. And so they're going to hurry that process up. And all you were was a tool to continue the greed and corruption from the top. And again, I ask you, what's the point? Yeah. We have a main road, also a flood zone. There is a place nearby that has an animal swap and where we can sell homemade goods. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Yeah. Remember when looking at property, what are the available resources, water, trees, rocks, etc.? Also, what are the restrictions, and will anyone see you break them? This is a great point. Right. Brian's right on. My house, Brian, where we live at, is you can't see it from the road. And I actually did it because of those reasons you were just talking about right there. I also think the site assessment's really important. You know, if you walk around and say, okay, I've got a bunch of hardwoods or I've got a bunch of rocks, those can be building materials, or the ground is clay. You know, great, it'll hold water, or, you know, there's just a lot of those things you can do. So, Brian, I think what you said is right on. Jasper Mom said, I appreciate it, Tag, but I had a huge setback recently. Glenn was out of work for 3 months. We had to liquidate 99% of the physical savings we had. But that, Jasper, that sucks. But I mean, here's the thing. That's why you had it. That's why you prep. That's why you do those things. And it'll come back. It'll absolutely come back. You know, just hang in there, keep your chin in your chest, keep driving forward. And, you know, if you live well, great things happen to you. You know, I did a video a while back called Living Well Was the Best Revenge. And if you just live well, I'm telling you, good karma comes to people who do things. Just do good things. I mean, Camp Joy Farms, hello. I'm in here late. Hope you all doing well. Yeah, we're doing good. We just got here an hour and 41 minutes ago. Yeah. Let me see here. Evie been busy, and that's how we move forward. Yep. No restrictions. Yes, we have really been researching and making a list of needs. Yeah, it's super smart to do that. That's what we did, you know, and we looked at anything that we were worried about from a threat perspective, and then any of the needs we had, and just tried to hone it in until we found the right place. Camp Joy, see, Lucy Bourne says, my son just got home from work. He has a refurbished house that is on the property. He said a school bus and a tractor trailer were in an accident on the highway, has been closed for, oh no, if it's been closed for 5 hours, that usually means that's usually not a good thing.
For the school bus?
Deborah Jones says, want to purchase wild plum starts. Anyone know of a good nursery to check out? Who would you use, babe?
Plums?
Yeah, you could go to depending where you're at, you go to Green Dreams. They have a nursery.
We got, I got mine from, those were plums, weren't they? From the conservation department. They were like under $2 for a whip.
Yeah. Yeah. So Deborah Jones, where we're at, the Missouri Conservation Department and the Kansas Conservation Department, you can get small trees. Like we bought 800 cedar trees one day. That were
it was like 400 cedar trees and then 100 pine trees, and then they were different.
Okay, but they were like 50 cents a piece or something. I mean, they weren't.
Well, the more you buy, the cheaper they are.
Yeah, and they're just little. But look at your local conservation.
The American plums, and those were were 12 inches. Those were the cedar trees we got were.
Deborah Jones says she's in Nebraska. Okay, so Deborah, what I would do is go on the Missouri Conservation Department. When we looked at Kansas and Missouri had the best deal.
They were cheaper.
And they shipped to me in Kansas. So they will ship to you in Nebraska. Missouri Conservation Department.
They go on sale in September. So it's like first come, first serve. So you could get on their website and what is available
They'd have them now.
Yeah. Well,
now's a good time.
Kansas has them right now. I don't know about Missouri.
Okay.
Kansas, they have theirs is going on right now, and the dogs are hungry, and they were, I think, about $2 a piece, and the shipping was like $15.
Yeah.
But you can get like cedar trees and pine trees, like 65 trees, or no, $65. So it's 25 trees for $65 for the pines. But they say that they're 2 to 3 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be a great way to go at it. Drummers Alive says, I keep seeing this fantastic deal on a piece of land. And after a little research, I saw it crossed 7 different properties to access it. Yeah, it's still for sale. Well, yeah, if there's not an easement, like a legal easement where they can't take it away from you, but here's the thing. I mean, if it's kind of in the middle of everything and there's no easement, you could talk, the owners into, selling off a little bit here and a little bit there to make one, then your land would be all isolated all by itself. I would love that. Lucy Bourne says, Mr. Tag, I've been married for 44 years, never had a honeymoon, and never had a vacation until I retired. My vacation is working my land. Yeah. Bee's vacation is working the land.
Yeah.
I tell her all the time she's on vacation.
Yeah, we got Hawaii going in right now.
Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did a bunch of dirt work. If you guys looked 2 videos ago or something like that, busy days, I showed you guys the Wallapini hole, and then we dug out the pond and
giant fires.
Yeah, we got big fires going. Actually, they're still burning. They've been burning.
They are still burning, like 5 days later.
Yeah. Yep. Cam Joy says, Deborah, I just got a tree and perennial catalog from Fedco out of Maine yesterday, and they had tons of fruit trees. Okay, good. Lots of info on planting and in their catalog, even if you don't get items from them. Cool. Yeah, super cool. You know what? This is one thing I really look forward to on freesteading is being able to vet like-minded, friendly companies and be able to bring them on and work deals, because then all of a sudden I can shop instead of just shopping as one guy. Like right now, I could shop as 9,000.
Yeah.
And that 9,000 shopping power will allow me to get better and better deals for the entire community. And I'm very looking forward to that. I mean, I think this is a way we can, like you talk about a nursery, if we can find the right like-minded nursery where, we can get 10 or 15% off everything because of the mass that's on freesteading. I'm all for that.
And then we buy them out.
We are not opening a nursery.
No, I mean with all the people that are on freesteading, then they would have no more trees, and they'd be like, okay, well.
Yeah, when you say buy them out, I think acquisition.
No.
I'm like, no, we are not running a nursery.
They only have so many trees available.
Let me see here. COC says, dumb question. No such thing as a dumb question. If the system goes all digital so they can track your spending and you have cash, what will happen on a large purchase? Well, I think you're not going to be able to pay with cash. They're going to come in and they're going to say, okay, you have 30 days to exchange all of your cash, take it to a local bank, and they will credit your account, an equal number or whatever it is. And after those 30 days, the cash will have no value. So you're kind of either going to be, have to eat it, and I think there's another way that they'll, they talk about buy gold and silver, which, guys, I think gold and silver is a good buy, but I also think that they can regulate it. And I think that they can say, just like in the digital dollar, okay, gold and silver will be held at federally insured depositories only. So bring your gold and silver and we will, credit your account, but it won't work anytime after that, or some BS. Right? No, you disagree?
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Yeah, so COC, I don't think that's a silly question at all. Brian says 9,000 people wanting apple trees. I think that they would make a deal. See, this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. I doubt all 9,000 that are on there would want fruit trees, but I would be willing to bet.
No, but we would buy 4.
Sure. And if I could find 500 people of the 9,000 that would buy 4.
Yeah.
That's a lot of trees.
It's a lot of trees.
And get some big bulk deal. Yeah, I'd be all about that. Let me see here. Can't check it out. Brian, yep. Okay, Jasper, no such thing as a dumb question. Yep, that's a super valid question. And I think going COC, let me say one other thing too. I'm not an expert in this field at all. I hear the things and read the things and, those kind of things. This scares me to death. And I've got some good people in my life who, play with that kind of stuff and cryptos and a lot of that stuff, but I'm scared to death of it. Deb, anyone remember yellow plums? They used to grow wild along old fence rows down dirt roads. I don't remember yellow plums.
I'm from Phoenix. There was cotton. That's all I remember.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember them. Lucy Bourne says, Mr. Tag, I could send you seeds from my different types of trees. My 100 acres is a mix mush of everything. Yeah, I take any seeds I can get, but you might want to wait a minute, Lucy, because pretty quick there's going to be seed exchange on freesteading. And maybe instead of, that maybe you can get some, seed back. Like I'll give you guys an example. Bee saved, I don't even know, a ton of Amish paste tomato seeds this year that are bioregionally adapted from the Buffalo Seed Company. And they are, drought resistant, and they're these fantastic seeds that I'm sure she would be happy to barter Lucy for some things, Jess Mom says, Tag, just like when they made GS illegal in 71, except not many actually turned it in, just hold it. Yeah. Yeah, she's talking about gold and silver. I remember yellow plums. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to double check with the Canadian border. They are super strict about seeds. Oh, good point. Cindy Hart said, I sure do remember those wild plums. We used to stop on the side of the road and pick and eat. I sure do miss them. Yeah. Charlene says, yes, we are yellow plums as snacks when we were kids. They grew everywhere. Well, I wonder what happened to them. Did we just pesticide them to death?
Gotta spray the roads.
You've been saying that a lot tonight. What's up with that?
Gotta say, because it's all crap. Gotta spray the roadsides.
Yeah.
Don't want nothing growing there.
Yeah, on that topic, if any of you guys don't know, you can I'm not going to refer to every state because I don't know every state's laws, but around here in the Midwest, you can call the state and get on a no spray list, which means they won't spray your property.
They're not supposed to.
And if they do, they're liable. But now there's a downside to it. The downside is then the noxious weeds like Lespedeza or some of these other things, you're then responsible for removing. And if you don't, they will fine you. So just FYI. Let me see. Yep. Deb says, hard to find, but finally got my hands on one. Cool. Join here says, sorry I'm not active tonight. I'm fixing dinner. Hey, we're just glad you're here. And you know what, Join here, you're in so many of these. I mean, I don't know how many comments you've had on the Life Done Free channel, but I mean, many. You fix dinner. Are they cinnamon rolls?
She ain't making your cinnamon rolls neither.
Guys, I'm abused. Does anybody feel sorry for me? Seriously?
That's funny.
We are now 3 weeks in and I still don't have any cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
Finished the processing kitchen. Dug a hole for a wallapini.
Yeah. And I helped, so. You
helped dig the hole?
I did.
How'd you do that?
This hole here? What are you talking about?
The wallapini hole.
I thought you were talking about this. The water, the hole we've been digging.
Yeah.
And...
Okay. Man. So fig preserves for Amish paste? Okay. Eagle Lover Teska says, so fig preserves for Amish paste seeds?
Would you eat fig preserves?
I would try it. I've never tried it. I like fig Newtons.
I would eat it once with the cinnamon roll.
So we do that. Yeah, I would absolutely eat it with a cinnamon roll.
With one cinnamon roll. That's what I was talking about. One.
Or 2 or 4, right? Oh my goodness, look at this. Ask them if they felt sorry for me. Thomas Welch says no. IMME says no. Joan Harris says no. Jasper Mom says no.
Oh, honey.
Oh, look at this. Eric says, yes, I do, because Norma has not fixed any cinnamon rolls for me either.
Oh.
Yeah. Corleen wants to know, do you make sourdough bread? You have.
I haven't made sourdough.
Haven't you? You had sourdough starts in the house forever.
I did have sourdough starts.
Was this one of your more productive moments?
Yeah, you have to feed it. Yeah. No, I did the friendship bread thing once, but And that was like, is that what you were talking about? Because that was a sourdough, but, or it was like 40 years old or something, which kind of gave it a twang. Twang.
You feeling all right today?
Yeah.
Joanne Harris says, I'll teach B how to use her gas salad. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, if B could just get a little practice with it, and we just got it all installed. Like I said, today's the first day she actually has water in there, which I'm so excited about because
I'm excited about
because it's rainwater. So you got to have a holding tank, and then a holding tank goes through a sediment filter, and then from there to a shallow well pump, and then that pump goes through, a bunch of little stuff and ends up in a pressure tank, and then that pressure tank runs through a series of filters, and then after the filters, it's got to run up into, the hot water heater. And then from the hot water heater, it's got to run to the sink. And so it's a big process to, make it all work.
It's a lot of leaks until we get it working.
Yeah. Potential leaks. Yeah. Well, Eric, by the way, Eric, we were talking about cinnamon rolls. Tell Norma that Tag is very disappointed in her lack of cinnamon rolls for Big Dog Eric. See, Nikki says, sounds like B needs a go on a cinnamon vacation. B's been on a cinnamon vacation forever. She has not been on the cinnamon workload at all.
That's funny.
Andrew Adams says, no, he's not sorry. I started it. Yeah, probably. Coraline says that she has a sourdough starter she'll send you. If it's okay to ship. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
We're in. We're absolutely in. American
Maybe
Roots.
I could feed it and love it and keep it alive.
Yeah, American Roots says the next t-shirt needs to be about cinnamon rolls. I agree. We need to figure out a cute little phrase. Hey, any of you guys come up with any cute little phrases for a cinnamon roll that ties kind of homesteading to cinnamon roll and Tag never getting his way?
A big red X on it. No cinnamon roll for you.
COC says in the summer, I use my sourdough to make batter for the squash flowers.
Oh, I bet that's good.
Joanne Harris says she has a sourdough cinnamon roll recipe. At this point, I'll take wheat, rye, roll it up in a tortilla. Corn tortilla is fine. Really, here, let's do this. Just give me a freaking piece of white generic bread from Walmart. Put some cinnamon on it, and we'll just roll it up, cut it up, and I'm done.
You can even heat it in the microwave for you.
Oh, Eagle Lover said, oh my gosh, did the friendship bread dough and baked myself to death baking bread to work just to keep the dough going.
Yes.
After 6 months, I let it die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like my hopes and dreams of a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Just left to die.
Yeah.
Eric says, to be fair to Norma, did make homemade banana pudding for me. Oh, Eric, you just lost it, dude. Because now I don't feel sorry for you at all. When's the last time I had something homemade baked?
Oy. It's been a minute.
Banana pudding?
Nope.
Cinnamon rolls?
No.
Cookies?
Nothing.
And see, all
like since we've moved here, really.
I know, it's been a year.
Since we moved here.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
Because we've been busy.
Yeah. Well, and because I spent the first winter burning everything.
You know what's the good news is, babe?
This is year 2.
Yep. I will find time to continue to build you beautiful things, whether I get cinnamon rolls or not.
And I'll feed you dinner and get you chocolate milk.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not going to get homemade baked goods right now.
Is Sonek, is that some new type of like French food? Sonek.
What?
Which we had for dinner? Sonek.
Sonek?
What's called
That was because we were Sonic.
Oh, Sonic.
We had Sonic today, but that is not normal. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. American Rick says, Corleen Stevenson, I've heard of dehydrating the starter and then bringing them back, but I've never tried it. I have no idea. I am in me says t-shirt. I want my cinnamon rolls. Yeah, like a. Could put my face on it.
You could.
Yeah. Porterhouse and Teal, doing business outside of the system is so vital to our defending our freedom. Yes, 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 yes. Thanks for helping to promote and encourage this on your channel. Yes, Porterhouse Teal, you were right on, 100% on, 100% correct. And we have to do our part, and you have to do your part to wake people up, to make them understand what starving the beast means. I'm going to be producing some more videos and getting them out there. I'm going to be speaking all over the country about it. And yeah, let's all get together and do it. Lucy Bourne says it's getting late. Good night, everyone. Take care. Stay. Yep. God bless. God bless, Lucy. Good to hear from you again. Deb says in the South, we eat fig preserves with biscuits. Sounds good to me. Yeah, we don't really grow figs up here where I live, which is why I've never really had them. I've pretty much lived in the Midwest, other than when I was in the military and being deployed and those things. But I've lived in the Midwest pretty much my whole life. But you have 2 fig trees.
Yes.
They've
never had anything on them though.
About 2 feet tall, foot tall. How big are they?
You think that's only 2 feet?
Yeah, they ain't no more than 2 feet.
Really?
I think I was giving you some.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought they were bigger than that.
Thomas Welch says, I saw your, you go back up. I lost it. Oh, right there. Okay. Don't forget the glaze. Yep. Can Squatch says, you have no cinnamon roll and like it. You'll have no
cinnamon roll and like it.
Yeah. 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 I was thinking more of a supportive tag t-shirt, like morale will improve when B makes cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls. Yeah.
Yeah. I like cinnamon raisin bread. I like all that stuff. Shirt can say a wallopini is worth a pan of cinnamon rolls. Holy cow, guys. Isn't a processing kitchen?
Yeah, usually.
A whole bedroom?
Really, though, like cinnamon rolls, you pick like the thing that takes the longest to make, too. Like the dough and bang it down, and then the dough, and then bang it down.
It is a process. It is a process. I've managed to build a bedroom, a bathroom, a closet, and a spare bedroom.
All by yourself.
A processing kitchen. Get everything working all together in the time that you've been working on growing that perfect cinnamon roll.
Oh, I've been.
That's not true, guys.
Right there with you, buddy.
Okay. Brian says, tag, if you swing by my place, set up a processing kitchen and a wallopini, I'll make a cinnamon roll. Guys, this
Brian!
is so...
No! Brian, no.
Oh, my goodness. That is actually pretty funny. Corleen says, it's easy. I will send the directions. It's a potato flake sourdough recipe. I want the recipe for cinnamon roll sourdough. Yeah, cool. Drummond's Live says, sliced sweet potato baked with cinnamon brown sugar and butter is as good as a cinnamon roll anytime.
Huh.
Yeah, we've got a ton of sweet potatoes. We haven't even harvested them yet.
It's not time to.
Yeah. Jasper Mom says, tag, calm down, dude. I'm bringing the orange glazed cinnamon rolls next week. Keep working. It makes time go by faster. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Jasper's mom.
Yeah. Guys, truth be told, it's something I torture Bea about, and I know she's super busy. I mean, she gets up at before the sun's up. She's out working before the sun's up and gets up and handles all the house and all the things on the farm. And we decided to come do this and build this off-grid life. And you just got to sacrifice some things to be able to get it all done, because there's just not as many hours in the day.
It'll happen.
But the free reign you had on lack of baked goods is fastly coming to an end.
Yes, I see this.
So what day can we officially call it the beginning of baking season?
Later.
Yeah, she ain't taking that bait, is she? That's funny. Oh, Eric says, you have 2 kitchens and no desserts.
Yes. But we did just get one of them today. I mean, there wasn't even water in there.
Okay, but prior to today, we still had 1 kitchen and no desserts.
Yeah.
That's what Eric said.
Kind of.
Me and Eric we're tight.
But not really like an oven type of thing going on.
Do you have an oven?
Kind of.
No, not kind of. How do you kind of have an oven? It's an oven.
It's not going.
You have to turn it on.
No, you have to light a fire in it.
That's what turns it on.
Yes, but it's not kind of that season yet.
Come on,
it's
baby,
just not,
light my fire.
It's just not ready. Oh my gosh.
Amy B wants to know, when is beta testing done on freesteading? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing is that as long as I continue to find bugs in it, and I don't think we'll ever get all of them out, but our goal had been far surpassed. I thought that we would put out a couple messages that said, hey, we're going to beta test, and I might get a couple thousand people over there playing and doing this, and that I would have, of those couple thousand, you'd have 20 that really did much of it, and you'd have a few posts here and there. But I keep finding little things, and so I want to make sure most of that is done, because when we turn it on, I'll start advertising it. We've done no advertising other than, just talking about it on YouTube and things, and the other channels talking about it on YouTube. But hopefully soon, hopefully, because I got to get the amount of time that I'm putting in it today, I'm hoping don't continue for long.
You and me both.
Yep. RNN says, enjoyed the chat. Have a blessed week. Yep, you too. EV says, good night, IME. Have a great weekend. Yep, amen to that. Oh, wait, I must skipped. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I didn't say. Good night, people. Okay, got it. Life done free, y'all are a hoot. Thanks, I am of me. She's a goober. Fig trees in Alabama now grow 15 to 25 feet tall and about that big around, unless you prune them. Okay. American Root said, I will have some cinnamon rolls in a few weeks. B, don't let him razzle you.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? She don't let me razzle her. And I try and try and try and try. Deborah Jones says, thanks for the advice. Nebraska Conservation has wild plums for sale. Yeah, there you go. Good job. B, go to your local pizza restaurant and get the dough from them. Tag, don't read this.
Can you buy that? I wonder if they would sell you the dough. It probably wouldn't be the same.
Join Harris says, do we have a recipe cooking forum? Not yet. There's actually a bunch of work being done on the forums right now, and had a big meeting about it just a couple days ago, and I think we're making some big ground. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but I think there's some really cool ideas that are coming out of it, and I think you guys are going to see the forum section really expand here in short time here. So be looking for it. But yes, the recipe cooking forum, I assure you, will be there.
That'll be amazing. Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah. Let me see. Miley says, I watched Stone R Farmer dehydrate figs. He said, awesome. Amy B says, will work for pastry. I'd wear that shirt.
Will work for pastries.
Yeah. Yeah. But apparently, Amy B, just so I tell you, apparently I will work for no pastries.
You will.
Yeah.
And you will like it.
How about I wish I could work for pastries? And then have a picture of her like on Genghis Khan.
Yeah. With cinnamon rolls on my hands.
Yep.
And a hammer.
Yep. American Root says October the 9th. Yep. I will see you then. Okay.
I should just know how to order the trees from Nebraska.
Oh, yep. Okay. Got it. Yeah, guys, we've ordered a lot from the Conservation Department. Yep. American Roots Farms says the official day of baking season is October the 9th.
Hopefully not the 9th.
Why?
The 9th we have
we'll be busy on the 9th.
100 people here.
Yeah, the morning of the 9th.
Yeah, maybe we do the 8th.
Yeah, or the 8th. Either one.
Then we eat all of what we want beforehand.
Half Bubble Off Plum says, EV, I've done that before, made cinnamon rolls out of blown pizza dough. I never thought of that. I wonder if you could make them out of croissants. I love croissants. I don't know what a cinnamon roll would taste like in a croissant, but croissant's probably my favorite bread. EV says pizza dough makes pretty good cinnamon rolls. Join here says spell desserts backwards. What do you get? That's why B can't make cinnamon rolls yet. Okay, go ahead.
I don't even see where we're at.
She says spell desserts backwards.
Stressed.
That's pretty cool. Stressed. Yep, that's pretty cool. Let me see here. Half bumble off plum. Lottie's making pizza dough. Yep. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, right there. Yep. Cinnamon rolled the line. Yeah, you could have somebody rolling it, That's great. Oh, that's so great. Oh, it's so funny. Jasper mom says, can't tell you what an honor it's been to getting to know you two. If I could imagine my perfect surroundings with the best friends, it would be you and B in the freestanding group. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we're honored too. It's kind of taken us by storm a little bit too. We're just these really not anybody important living on a little farm in northeast Kansas, and next thing you know, I've got people all over the country saying, hey, come tell your story. And yeah, I don't really know how I got here, to be honest with you. Jasper mom says, I'm new here but feel the same way, loving it. Yep, thank you. Join here, y'all. Yay for the recipe for me. Yep, guys, it's coming. Deborah Jones says, B is afraid of fire. I'm afraid of my pressure canner. I think you are kind of afraid of it too, aren't you?
Not so much.
Hey, tell the story of the soap blowing up in your reams.
It didn't blow up. It just oozed out.
Then they get like we could.
Oh, you're talking about yes. So you're not talking about the glycerin. You're talking about you're not talking about the glycerin soap that went all over the counter. You're talking about the aluminum pan.
Yes, that thing. Yeah.
So don't make lye soap in an aluminum pan. Didn't know.
And why do we not do this?
Because it like pops and like makes bad smells.
Evie says, Will Wallapini for pastries.
Yes.
I like it. Jeff's mom says, stick around, sweets. It only gets better with time. Just like you.
Yep.
Thomas says, you guys are having too much fun. Guys, I try to have fun every day. I mean, if not, it's I've had a lot of really wise people tell me, who've gotten towards the end of their lives and who, have lots of money and big houses and all of this. And I'm going to tell you, almost all of them universally will tell you, don't mean anything. That it's about trying to remember to live along the way and not let stuff get at you. And, there'll be times like B and I will be out there working and it'll be stressful and it'll be hot and it'll be this thing. And, she'll come up with something that just cracks me up and makes me laugh or, vice versa or whatever it is just to help us get through. But with, all the craziness going on in the world, don't focus on it, focus on living your life too and being happy. And, I think happiness is a journey. It's not a destination. It's not something you say, hey, I got to go find happiness. I think you have to create it.
Yeah, I agree. And even if you're alone, you gotta find something to make yourself happy.
Well, a lot of it's perspective and perception.
That is true.
You can look at things any way you want.
Yes. It's real easy to get into the dumps though. It's real easy to live there also. So you have to if you find yourself there, put yourself around people that you like.
Yeah.
And then try to do that more often.
Yeah. I think it's a choice though, right? I mean, I think you got to say to yourself that no matter what, I mean, I don't know if you guys know this. I had a really, really hard week last week. I had a lot week because I was getting a lot of pressures from a lot of people to change the way. And it was just stressing me out. But at some point in time, I had to look into it and say, okay, what's the lemonade inside of it? And how do we get better because of this? And what are things that I put in place because of this? And so anyway.
It is a choice.
It is a choice. COC says, B, I'm with you. I refuse to make cookies because it is such a waste of time. If I cannot put it all in one pan like a cake, I don't make it.
I'm trying to do like the cookie cakes.
I hate them.
He's like, what is this?
It's not a cookie.
It's all gooey in the middle. I'm like, that's the best part.
It's not a cookie.
It's the best part.
It's not a cookie.
It's the cookie recipe.
Okay.
It's the cookie ingredients in a pan.
Who are you making them for?
You.
End of discussion.
Oh. Yeah, see,
Mike.
and he doesn't. Yeah, he wants just a couple of every flavor.
Yeah.
Don't you? So you can't like let's bake a couple of dozen of this kind because it's just, they won't get eaten.
Except it makes me happy.
It's a lot of time.
How much attention do you want me to give to your happiness?
I want you to give all of it to me. Yes, yes, yes.
American Roots Farm says the 8th it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can put it on your calendar.
Cindy Hart says she's afraid of the pressure canner too, and I know why.
Yeah.
Corleen says, I would like a flyer that I can hand out at animal shops for people to join us. I'd much rather have the letterhead of freesteading on it or have a blank one. I can type it up. Yeah. So if you guys go to, I think you can, Corleen, let me look here real quick.
As I say, you should have that available.
Yeah. So if you just go to freesteading and right click on the freesteading logo and save as, you have the logo. I have never created, letterhead or any of flyers, or we've
It's
never
trademarked, right?
Oh, it's all trademarked. Yeah.
It's all trademarked, but you own it.
I own it all.
So
yeah.
you're giving them permission to use it.
Yes. You guys want to go out there and help grow freedom? I'm not going to get in the way.
There you go.
CMB says digging potatoes by headlamp after putting in a full day work. You go, Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to have to start.
I have to replace the batteries in all of our headlamps.
Yeah.
I'd like to look into a rechargeable one. Although then it just takes same thing.
Okay. You want to say anything else?
No.
Have you had enough? Okay. Jasper Mom says croissants can absolutely be made into cinnamon rolls. Yeah, I think that'd be good. EB says that's ambitious, Amy, and that is ambitious, Amy.
Tag me with your cinnamon rolls.
Okay, I got to find where the hell I'm at. Oh, sorry.
Heck. Where in the world? Where in the world are you?
Oh, really been fun tonight. A Drummond's Live. Yep. How about a crepe cinnamon roll? Anyone ever try that? Oh, I'd love that.
Yes, you would.
Yep. Drummondson, thank you. I'm glad you were here. Healthy respect is better than fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Remember that. Yeah, I think that's super well said. That's actually one of the biggest things that happened in my life is once everything went down, I just made the decision I wasn't hiding anymore. I'm not scared of them. I'm going to live my life to the fullest every single day. And, they don't like it. I don't care. Eric and Norma say, agree, been fun, but stepping out to do evening chores with the animals.
Yeah.
Yep. Amy B says pressure canners require healthy respect for sure. Yep. Will Wallopini's for happiness. Yep. The Lord did not give us spirit of fear. Amen. EB, you work with the day you have. Amen. Yep. Grateful Hearts Ranch's favorite quote, if you're going through hell, keep going. Yep. Yep. Nikki, tag me with your cinnamon rolls. That's a good one. Okay. CEV right here says gooey is not a cookie. Gooey. Gooey is not a cookie.
You like her gooey cookies.
Whose?
The Christmas ones that come every single year and they're like gooey.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Christmas cookies.
Whose Christmas cookies?
Miss Brown gives you.
They're not really gooey.
Cookies.
They're not really gooey. They're only gooey if they're hot and the chocolate's melted.
No, it's like
they're not gooey.
They're gooey.
You clearly have not been around.
They're very soft.
She hasn't been around a cookie.
I really haven't, but they're gooey. They like break right open. It's
soft.
Not crisp.
They're soft.
They're gooey.
Joint Air says, tag, do you like coconut and pecans?
Yes.
So coconut, I would say I love. Pecans, I would put right in the middle. I'd put a pecan somewhere above a peanut, but beneath a walnut.
Oh, yeah. You like walnuts more than pecans.
Brian says, perception and perspective is sitting there in the evening, fearing the coming night or enjoying the current sunset. Right. It's perception. Super well said. I'm on call till 7 a.m. Monday, getting paid to dig tomatoes by headlamp. Now that's a good deal. You go, Amy. Oh, okay. Will do. Thanks so much. I will get to work on it. I'm excited. Amen. Yep. That's the shirt. American Root says, Corleen says, I'm a salesperson at heart and have to believe in what I'm selling. And I have to say that I'm honored to be part of freestanding. Well, we're honored to have you. I hope we can, make it all work and that everybody will get along and that, I won't have to, that's one of my biggest fears on the whole thing is that I'm going to get a bunch of infighting and then I'm going to have to put the hammer down. And then no matter what happens, oh, you said this was free speech, I'm just hoping we can avoid all that.
Yes, but you have also said numerous times that yes, it is, we are about free speech, but let's be real. Let's not go overboard.
Yeah. Let me see. Andrew says, lost my fruit. There's to the Texas heat. Yeah. This year was a really weird gardening year. We did some really well with some things, right? Tomatoes, peppers, but the potatoes are small. Well, at least the first.
Well, the tomatoes came a little later, it seemed to me, right? I mean, now they're booming. They're even still flowering.
Yeah.
But that heat, like, I don't know, just the leaves were crispy and yellow. Some of them looked green and beautiful and thick, and some of them looked shriveled and dry and yellow. So I don't understand.
By the way, Jesus says, gooey cookies if you aren't dunking. Crunchy cookies to dunk in coffee or milk. I would argue soft cookies if you aren't dunking and crunchy cookies if you are. But gooey means undone in the middle. Now
But you eat that.
I love cookie dough.
You eat like
cookie dough.
Yeah.
But not a gooey cookie.
Well, even if it's straight out of the oven, it is gooey. It is, you eat them straight out of the oven.
Yeah,
and they're like
soft.
They to me feel undone.
Welcome, never comply, patriot. Let me see. Welcome. Catherine says life is short, but cinnamon rolls are forever.
I don't know about that.
Are you feeling guilty tonight?
No.
Do you think you should have made cinnamon rolls earlier?
No. No, we're waiting for American Roots cinnamon rolls.
Oh, so it's their fault.
No, it's not her fault. She's blessing us with her expertise.
Okay. EV says tomato flowers abort when there's about 3+ days in a row of 90-degree temperatures in a row.
Well, we had that.
Yeah. Deb agrees with Jesus on the cookie dunking thing. That sounds just like my potatoes this year. Yeah, our potatoes, I've only dug up about 6 foot of the row, and there's another 60 feet to go. But everything we've gotten so far, I mean, there's been some that were,
the part that you dug up, I had already pulled from. So I wanted.
Yeah, we'll see.
If you would have started from the other side, you would have seen more.
Yeah.
But I had been pulling from the closest side.
Yeah. Camp Joy Farm says, Amy B., if you were here in South Louisiana, you would have 10,000 mosquitoes around the headlamp. Laugh out loud. Good luck wherever you are. Admire your work ethic. Go, girl. Yeah, go, girl. Yeah, girl power for sure on that. B is going to have cinnamon roll nightmares.
No.
No. She just don't care.
My sleep comes and I enjoy it.
Yeah. Courtney said, good night, all. We have a food drive tomorrow morning and we're helping with, hey, God bless. Yep, for sure. I'm actually going to go to an auction in the morning. Cindy says, make cinnamon rolls tag. Yeah, problem is, man, I burn everything. Like, I'm just not a good cook. I don't enjoy it. And there's something to be said.
I love you, Cindy.
Yeah. There's something to be said about coming home or coming in from working all day long and you're greeted with a glass of milk and a cinnamon roll. I mean, that's like the straight, direct path to my heart. I mean, the fact of the matter is I go buy a cinnamon roll.
That's true.
I don't want one of those. I want you to make me some.
Yeah.
You have to agree, Thomas Welch. I watched American Roots video on cinnamon rolls and they look so good. Yeah. Yeah, we're really excited about it. I'm more excited about seeing them and just being able to hang out. And, I don't know if you know Jess and Joe or have talked to them, all that much. But, Jeff's really quiet and reserved and Joe's over the top and you really got to settle him down. Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to Yes, some normal sized potatoes and lots of little tater candy. Yeah, I think that's a good way to say it. But in fairness, she's been harvesting and then I went in there. So, Amy B says that last night's 42 degrees scared off the skeeters. Yeah, that's one of the good things, huh? Deb says B just barter for some cinnamon rolls.
It wouldn't be the same.
It's not the same. No,
I could go buy them all day long, but it will not be the same.
No, it will not be the same. Yeah. All right, guys, listen, we've been at this 2.5 hours. I think it is time for us to go. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. And guys, I'm telling you, we're working hard on freesteading. We're going to try to get the marketplace up and the app out and a revamped version of the forums as quick as we can. That's what's being worked on right now. I'm going to an auction in the morning, and so I'll try to do a little bit of filming then. And then next week we've got the Midwest Preparedness Project, which will be Wednesday and Thursday and Friday for me, and then I got to go to Tennessee for Saturday and Sunday, and then back here. So I may miss a video or two in the middle. I'm gonna do my best to get it up, but you know, it is what it is, right? So Hebrew says, surprised this is still live. I just logged in and saw that it was. Yeah, Bee's been just chitty chatty all night long. She's been like on this, little spunky festival today. Jasper, I'm so sorry to check out early, folks, but the prince is whining about being past his bedtime. Amen, guys. Yeah, I'm going to bed too. Yeah, good night, freedom friends, as B always says. You guys listen.
Yes.
Hey, go out there, hold the line, don't give an inch. Live a little bit freer, and together let's go starve the beast, okay? We'll see you guys. Good night.
Good night. Be out.